Dune, and I didn't like it.
By started, you watched like 10 minutes of it?
Yeah, kind of lost me.
Dune has a chance. If they nail the landing of Dune 3, in my humble opinion, it will be the greatest trilogy of all time. It will replace
Do you believe
Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, whatever one that you adopted, maybe Indiana Jones. Although that went on to make more and they were embarrassing. Dune 1 and 2 set the stage for what we just need to stick the landing now on Space Jesus Part 3.
Well, anyway, I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes.
And he's commenting on what happens to our bodies when we die.
Okay.
We
just kind of rot, don't we?
Well, yeah, but I mean, us non-believers believe that. We've always believed that.
Yeah.
Right? Just because there's really no evidence to the contrary.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but even the religious people have to believe it because, like, you're in the ground and you literally rot.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I just mean, like, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
that's where
Yeah,
we
that's-
stop.
that's
It's
where
like,
it
wow,
ends.
that doesn't seem fun, but
if you go dig up like an old pope, I hate to tell you this, but he's still in the ground. Now you can
Right.
think that like
right.
something else is happening, like he's
Well,
somewhere
that's
else,
right,
but
yeah.
his body's still right there.
Yeah, well, a lot of us just believe, some of us just believe that you go in the ground or you burn
Yeah,
if you're cremated,
that's true.
and that's it.
Yeah.
It's over.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, Neil deGrasse Tyson has spoken about this now.
Okay.
And when Neil speaks,
You listen.
he's like Charles Schwab.
You listen to Charles Schwab.
Wasn't
What?
Charles Schwab the guy who was the old ad when he speaks, you listen? Was that Charles Schwab?
Was it?
Anyone?
Yes.
Everybody's feverishly Googling.
I can Google that for you.
Isn't
He
it some, like,
speaks,
financial
you
guy?
Listen.
Yeah, what is that? What does that pop up?
Okay. Well, there's a meme. Let me see what the E.F. Hutton?
E.F. Hutton, not Charles Schwab.
Who is E.F. Hutton?
I don't
who's
know.
E.F. Hutton?
Some financial guy, maybe?
It's a commercial from the
Yeah.
70s and 80s.
You don't remember that? E.F. Hutton?
Well, I was like 4, so no. Should I? Oh, Tony.
Well, I remember it. I'm not that much older.
Yeah, it's a broker, E.F. Hutton.
He's a
It's
broker.
a leadership principle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently that's,
I thought it was Charles Schwab.
yeah. No, it's an E.F. Hutton
I gave
commercial.
Charles Schwab way too much credit.
Okay.
Fake news.
Once again.
Once again, I did my own research and I found out you were full of crap.
Well, in my defense, I did know that.
Yeah.
I didn't feel good about Charles Schwab,
Yeah.
and I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
But you felt you were in the ball game or the ballpark.
I was in the ball game.
You were around there.
And the ballpark.
Yeah, both.
E.F. Hutton, rest in peace.
Okay.
Anyway, he's my E.F. Hutton.
Mm-hmm.
When he speaks, I listen.
Agreed.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes.
So he caught me with a headline today that said, here's what really happens when you die, from a real scientist. Like, he's a real scientist.
Yes. This is not theology. This is literally biology of what happens when you die.
Right.
Sure.
So.
We can debate what happens spiritually, physically.
Right.
We know.
Well, he does talk about energy.
Yeah.
And
No.
it's
Like a consciousness sort of thing.
Well, no, long after your consciousness, you still have an energy because for years you've been building energy with your exercise and your nutrition.
So
and
it
your
takes a
body.
while to kind of.
Yeah, that gets dissipated into the universe. Basically, long story short,
Yeah.
we know that when you go into the grounds,
Mm-hmm.
the fauna, like your energy just gets dispersed into other organisms in the ground. Okay?
Sure.
So that's how you live
Well,
on.
I do know now, like you can choose to be buried like in a
Correct.
like a rot sack. It's like a rot box, and you get.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do now.
Yeah. So you like it
But-
makes it easier for you to become one with the earth.
If you are cremated, he
Hippies.
brought up a point that I never thought of, and that is that when you are burnt,
Mm-hmm.
the fire, the smoke,
Yeah.
can drift into other worlds.
Oh.
If you think about it, that's your energy. Like it can.
So were you on mushrooms when you were watching this? Because that could be a whole new thing.
No, I wasn't.
You were stone cold
I probably
sober?
should have been.
Probably, yeah. If you're talking about burning, you're like your
Yeah.
dead body and then that going into other worlds, that
So-
is a mushroom trip.
So his point was, there's your choice.
Yeah.
We have our choices here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go in the ground and the fauna will consume you and
Yeah.
you will be, maybe you become a worm. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens. Or nobody really ever thinks of that element of the cremation.
Yeah.
And he said that is actually way cooler to him.
Yeah.
Because
except when you're cremated, they just
you can venture off outside of the.
The only way to really cremate you though is like you're in an oven. Like
Yeah.
those, they can't.
That's right. But you're dead.
But your stuff isn't going anywhere. It's trapped in a.
Yeah, but he said it does. It has to. It
has to?
His point is.
So eventually, there's a chimney that
there's energy. It's energy. It cannot be. It is not. When you burn up, it does not go away.
Interesting.
Is his point.
Okay. Well, I wanted to do the old like light me on fire in the ocean, and then so I get the smoke, and then my corpse sinks to the ocean.
Well, there you go. That smoke of your essence, your energy.
Yeah.
That smoke could billow all the way to, Mars.
Yeah, I'm going to Valhalla, and then my body sinks, and then the fishies eat it, and then I become like like one that the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff, like Davy Jones. Like I become like barnacles and whatnot. So I get the best of both worlds. I just have to find someone willing to haul my carcass out to international waters and light me on fire.
Yeah, I'm sure you have some family members that could
I would
do that.
certainly hope so. I don't want anyone to get in trouble for I would rather just do it off the Oregon coast, but I assume that you could probably get in trouble just like lighting my dead corpse on fire.
So obviously scientists believe that you cannot destroy energy.
Okay.
So you can't. It's got to go somewhere.
No, it's just bounces. You're just bouncing around the heavens. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and who knows where you'll end up.
Yeah. Well, like if you had the ultimate, I would want to be like Spocked, where they just launch you in that photon torpedo out into space. Like you got to admit, like if you're going to go, isn't that the most badass way to just, was it George Clooney at the end of, what's that movie with Sandra Bullock? Gravity? Yeah, at the end, George Clooney just gets shoved off and he's just out there in space. To this day, he's just floating. His dead corpse just floating through space. I think that's kind of badass. You get caught in like a gravity of something, and now you're just orbiting forever. That's the way to do it. Like if you're Bezos, dude, launch your ass into space. Send that stuff to the heavens.
Yeah, he said in death, molecules still contain energy. If I'm buried and I decompose, all that energy gets absorbed by microbes, by flora, by fauna, dining upon my body the way I have dined upon flora and fauna my whole life. And that way you're giving back to the earth.
Oh, kick ass. And
so
then
he sounds a little hippie-ish.
Yeah, it's a little bit. And then you get reincarnated. You believe in that, I'm just going to choose to believe in whichever one gives me something cooler at the end.
Yeah, he says the heat produced by cremating a body does not stay on Earth. Instead, that radiation is capable of reaching other planets within our galaxy. The energy content of those molecules, it doesn't go away. It gets transferred to heat that then radiates infrared energy that once the energy content of the molecules of your body radiates out into space, moving at the speed of light. See, that makes me want to be cremated.
Yeah. Well, that was my plan all along, and this only makes me double down. I think this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
It might hurt, but...
It would hurt.
Well, it's hot.
I don't think you can feel anything at that point.
How do you know? You don't know.
Well, you're dead.
Only Jesus knows.
That's true.
God knows.
Tom Cruise. I mean, you're dead, though, so...
Yeah, very dead.
Very super dead.
Probably don't feel a thing.
Yeah.
And they probably make sure you're pretty dead before they do that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, too. When you get cremated,
I would hope.
Do you know there's
I think he's dead.
There's American cremation and then there's Asian cremation? There's two different...
What's the Asian cremation? I would imagine the Asian one is better.
Well, actually... It depends. So this is very disturbing that I know this.
Asians usually do it better than
So
us.
when we cremate...
I mean, they do. Can we be honest about that?
Facts.
We, after they've wood-fired everything and you got a nice charcoal flavor to you, maybe some hickory, they Traegered you a little bit. They bulldoze everything, so that's that fine powder. So when you cremate someone, it is not, because we think of spreading ashes. That's not what it is. You're left with a lot of bone, and then they crush it, and that's what you get the ashes. Over in Asia and in Europe, you actually get the bones. So it's not really it's not really ashes. You just get piles of bone fragments. Now they are thin enough that you can crush them in your hands, but it is not like the American ash. It's all about drip, man. So which do you like better?
I like the bones better.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get.
Because that's actual tangible. Whereas the ash, first of all, nobody really ever looks at it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you sprinkle it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just sits in a canister.
Yeah.
Whereas the bones,
yeah.
Well, they probably just sit in a canister.
But
at least they're closer to the person that I loved.
Yeah, when we spread the BTJ's mom's ashes last year.
Do you want your wife's spine when she dies?
Well,
Sure.
it's very small
No
fragments,
scoliosis.
straight as an arrow. So I was in charge of carrying BTJ's mom over to Portugal. And I was like, well, all right. So I had to go in there, and I thought I was going to get like a vial of ash because that's all I knew. And when I opened up the little urn to get ash, it was not. It was bones.
Were chiclets staring
And
up
I was
at you?
like, whoa. So I had to call and like double check. I'm like, do I have the right thing here?
Did we do this right? Or
I was like, what do we? And that's when I learned. And so then when we spread them, I was like, I had to ask the question, do I just, because we spread them in the ocean, do I just like huck like the bones? Like, how do we do it? And there was like, no. So you crushed them like you would.
Toss them up and hit them with a baseball bat?
Yeah. So we did like, you can just crush them in your hand, and then you do one of these, and then they kind of go off. But that's when I learned there's a difference. But when you're expecting ashes and you get bone fragments, let me tell you, it's one of those, like, it's an eye-opening sort of experience where you're like, oh, hey.
What if we did the
Hey,
mummy
Mom.
thing? You know?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What if we did that?
Yeah.
Brought that back?
You can.
Just wrap. You can?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
They do them like in New Orleans because like all the mausoleums, because you can't bury people in the ground
They're
because
mummified in there?
yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Well,
that's like when
maybe
you go,
not.
Well, that's like
Because
when
then
you,
your energy's trapped.
yeah. Well, I mean, you embalm and all. I mean, that's all that is. You take all the moisture out, and so you're essentially we don't do the bandages and wraps, but you could.
No, I want to do that.
I want my energy out in the world. when
Yeah,
I'm
out in
dead.
space.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The mummy thing, now that you've said it, that's kind of cool. Like you wrap me like in all the bandages, and then
You're preserved.
I'm preserved, and then like,
Do you want your kids to have you like in their house?
well, I want to come back and like I want to be haunted at some point in my life, and so the idea that I could also haunt, the idea that somehow some sort of supernatural curse, and then like my mummified remains, like like zombie souk, mummy, let's go. You have changed my mind. Has been blown right now. I've never once considered mummy, and now I kind of think that the mummy might be. And I love New Orleans. It's like my favorite city. Send my ass down there, mummify me, and then put me in there. And like you can open the door and go check me
We
out.
could make a temple for you
Yeah,
with a gold statue of you out front of it.
you know how I feel about
Put
that.
little headphones on you.
It's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put
one
a little-
on, one off. You know,
Put a little radio mic on there.
like you
Your
put.
punt sweatshirt.
Yeah, like where you cross the arms in front, but like I'm just holding a mic.
Yeah. Now I just pictured dead Sook holding a mic.
I'm
terrifying.
picturing a mummy wearing a punt sweatshirt. That's what I want.
So good. But the piece,
Yeah, you put the punts on the outside.
the
of
piece
the-
covered up though, so you're not certain what it
Right.
says.
See, that's another thing. Like, why don't they dress mummies? Like, so you wrap the body
Yeah.
and you have the wrap on, and then put clothes on,
Yeah.
like a wig, and it'd be kind of funny or fun, not funny.
Well, when you embalm, like I know
This is
way.
serious.
Yes.
Well, I know way too much about like we had to bury a lot of people. You do when you put someone in a coffin, you put them in a plastic suit.
Yeah.
You have to like zip them up. You put them in a hefty bag. It's really quite.
Well,
if
my aunt got buried. She did the whole natural burial
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and she was just in
You
just regular clothes.
put it like in a muumuu or
No, just regular
something
clothes.
easy to put on.
You know, they got to she got to choose. You know, because we knew she was dying, so
Yeah.
she got to choose. She's like, "Here, bury me in this."
Yeah. Well, I think
Super comfy.
I think if I'm gonna get buried, I think the punt sweatshirt is,
Yeah, I think that's right at the
is
top
the
of
way
the
to
list.
go. Maybe a nice Mets hat
And
tilted
by the way,
to the side.
Asian Cremation, great band name.
That is. Who are you going to see tonight? Oh, Asian Cremation.
Asian Cremation
These guys are awesome.
flows off the tongue.
It does.
All right, well, we're done here. Thank you. Good show.
It's a hell of a first segment.
Yeah. Life, death.
Yeah. Space Jesus. Go see Dune.
Today we have Joey Harrington on our show because it's Friday. He'll be on at 5:30. We will talk about sports a lot because we love sports. So, let's see what we have here to start with. I don't even remember. Oh, God. Yeah.
We talk about the Mets and Angels, this vicious cockfight.
No, I did see the Mets are not going to fire their manager, though.
Doesn't sound like it, which
That's
probably means they're going to fire him.
Kind of dumb. How to make sure your story keeps getting worse. The Diana Rossini edition.
We called this, by the way.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next on The Fan. New drop from the first segment.
Ah!
Not to be confused with.
Ah! Ah!
Not to be confused with. You're an animal.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
What can I say?
Well, technically,
page of-
he was a zombie.
That was zombie.
Zombies.
Not to be confused with a mummy. A mummy's more like, oh. I don't know why mummies
You
moan.
want to grab that?
But they do. Ah! Ah! Never understood why the mummy was scary. Like the old school mummy, the new mummy, like.
Because you didn't know what was under there.
Yeah, but like you just kind of nudge one over. It's like, what are
They're
they?
not fast.
No, and they can't be strong. They're just all rotten. But like the new evil mummies, like in the new mummy movies, those things are terrifying because they've got like, they got mummy powers. Even though that
What
one.
are mummy powers?
Well, I don't know. They can do they can bring the plagues, and I'm telling you, go watch The Mummy with Tom Cruise. First off, that mummy is hot, and if you're gonna die, a hot mummy is not a bad way to go. And she's evil. She's got all kinds of cool sorcerer mummy powers. It's a pretty good flick.
Well, the plot has thickened in the case of Diana Rossini once again.
Yeah. And by the way, when this story came out and we saw this version of it, I said right from the get-go, this is all horse crap.
Yeah, I remember we did talk about this,
Yeah.
and it was clearly PR.
Staged, yes.
Yeah.
She hired a PR firm, and this was like the worst idea
And
ever.
it was like the day after she resigned. Come on, it's too obvious.
Yeah.
So we talked about it, but then we said, look, maybe give her the benefit of the. I mean, look, it just go away.
Seems suspicious though.
But it clearly was a PR stunt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a twist in the Diana Rossini saga. So now, she was, of course, caught cheating on her husband with Mike Vrabel.
More importantly, she got caught violating any sort of job ethic she has for 6 years.
So just days after she resigned her job as the NFL journalist that she was involved in a dramatic rescue of an elderly man and his dog who got in a car accident. Mm-hmm. And remember, the only photo we had was just that one photo of the Jeep tipped over.
That's it.
We had nothing else.
No.
But like almost everything else in the tale of Rossini and Vrabel, things aren't quite as simple as they seem.
Seemed suspicious.
So again, page 6... this is April 17th. They got a tip that there had been a crash 2 days earlier in Wyckoff, New Jersey, not far from Rossini's home. And then not only had she been on the scene, but she had heroically asked a bystander to hoist her onto an overturned Jeep, whereupon she had opened the door and helped the stricken driver and his helpless dog to safety. Apparently, she was just happened to be driving right behind them as they rolled. Local cops confirmed to us that bystanders had indeed helped with the rescue before officers arrived on the scene. When we ran the tipster's account by a source familiar with the incident, they confirmed that story, including the detail that she climbed onto the vehicle with the help of a passerby to rescue the driver, adding that Rossini had been driving with her mother and kids when the accident happened right in front of them. But a second tipster has reached out, this is the New York Post, and said that they have a different story. After the Post confirmed through public records that the second tipster who was who they claimed to be, a fellow resident of northern New Jersey, they interviewed them. That tipster said that while Rossini had indeed come into the street to help with the crash, it was in fact the tipster's husband, not Rossini, who had freed the driver and his dog by ripping open the canvas roof of the Jeep.
Yeah.
The tipster added that Rossini had merely held the dog's leash after the pet had been released from the wreckage, and she insisted that Rossini most certainly had not scaled the car.
You know, she called her PR people and were like, hey, I just saw a car wreck and this dude kind of did this heroic thing. And the PR firm's like, There's Mummy. Did they or did you? This is standard PR horse crap 101. Jeez.
Yeah, they said that the man, so the husband of this, that actually
saved the people.
He declined to speak with them, so they can't confirm that. But they are saying in search of the truth, they have dispatched a reporter to the scene to suss this out.
Is there anyone that has handled their PR crisis worse than Diana Rossini? Whatever firm she hired you should be out of business. You are terrible.
Or just
tell the truth.
Just the way she's handled.
Oh God,
she is the wildest sports downfall in many, many years.
It's pretty bad.
I mean, Tiger Woods.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, I don't know if it was a downfall. It was certainly a bad time for him.
Sure,
he recovered.
Yeah,
but I don't know what the term is. But that one was
it didn't cost him his career.
Well, I know. So that's why I say I don't know what the term is. But that one was really wild. Yeah. And out of nowhere, it's like, whoa, there was a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
This is right up there.
Yeah.
Well, and it's happened so quickly, too.
Oh, my God.
There's been no stop. No breaks for it to go away.
No breaks.
No. And it's
gas.
She's absolutely cooked. She cannot work. Ever. The OnlyFans is coming. It just is. She can work with Joy Taylor. And in no way do you feel bad. Normally I feel bad because sometimes it's like when someone gets canceled and you're like, did the punishment fit the crime? Yes. This is
justice.
This is justice. Absolutely. And you were so that original statement of the media spinning the narrative. What, the narrative of you being, well, can't say that word, but the media wasn't spinning anything. You were just getting exposed for who you are. Now you're lying about saving old people because you think it made you look good, as if no one was going to poke around.
I kind of want her to keep going.
Just dig a little deeper. Just keep digging
that hole. How far she can go?
Yes, I want more.
Next thing you know, there's a house fire.
Yeah, exactly.
I Van Dammed opened the door and rescued an entire family of kittens by myself.
And then they release video, and it's clearly AI.
Well, the report out was that she's not looking backward; she's only looking forward, and she's excited about her next
Well, I
opportunity.
would too.
Yeah, you can't really look back at this point.
Good grief.
Yeah, lately people haven't.
No.
Well, do people ever handle PR well? Like, who's ever in charge of
pretty rare.
who's ever in charge of the PR? These firms that highlight
know.
their like crisis teams.
It's unbelievable.
They always seem to do like the worst
Yes.
possible job.
Yes.
I feel like it shouldn't be that hard.
No, it isn't. Dude,
Like,
I've
should
been
we
saying this
open up
for
our own
years.
PR firm and handle things?
Yeah,
I think we could.
I think I could do a better PR
Yes.
job than like 95% of these crisis firms that probably charge way too much money.
There are two things that blow me away. Well, there's a lot of things that blow me away. Two things that I've always been stunned at how bad the people are that do them. Like, this is a profession. One is the sports information departments in athletic departments or like with pro teams.
Yeah.
And this is not all of them, but they are shockingly unhelpful a lot of the time. And I don't understand that because their whole job is to be helpful to the media.
Mm-hmm.
And they are
The exact opposite.
most of the time the exact opposite. Combative,
Yeah.
won't return your
Because
emails.
they
or
try to
calls.
control the message.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like you are the antithesis of what your job is supposed to be. Stunned by it. The other one is PR where you make it worse. You're a PR specialist and you make it worse.
Everyone tries to control the narrative and they try to keep the story from getting out, and it's almost impossible at this point. And I'm just trying to think of the last time someone had a successful one of these where you're like, you know what, they navigated that pretty well. It's hard. Most of the time, we always say the cover up or whatever, the spin always usually ends up being worse than the actual crime or transaction, I should say, because no crime was committed here.
From a public standpoint,
Yeah.
Vrabel,
Yeah,
he's done all right.
yeah. I mean
He's very minimal, very minimal.
It's not very fashionable.
that press conference made him look like an ass, but
And he didn't get the best looking sweater for his wife.
But is he not? Is he going to have a press conference where he doesn't look like an ass after that story?
No.
Like he said what he needed to.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he's-
did you see they had a season ticket holder like little get together
They
and
gave him a
everyone
standing
standing
O.
ovation. Like he's over it. Everyone's over it with him.
well, if Kobe
wow.
Bryant has taught us anything, all you need to do is just be really good. I mean, I hate to be it, but like it's way easier for an athlete, and that's just as long as you're successful.
Well, Ray Rice would have had it if he was any good too.
That's my point.
He would have been there, and then they realized, oh, you suck.
The biggest mistake Ray Rice made was not being good. If you're good, you can get away with it. Deshaun Watson, remember when he got signed with Cleveland? Dude, people were like lauding him. Like Browns fans were making fun of the allegations against him. They were setting up like fake massage tables and like parlors outside of their tailgates, like mocking the situation. And then it turned out he stunk, and now Deshaun Watson's like the worst guy in the world. I mean, all Kobe Bryant, well, he just changed his number, and they're like, nah, the guy, the rapist guy has a different number. I'm 24 now. And then like he won a title, and Laker fans are like, not only did that happen, but then he like his whole reputation, like he became like a great guy. Remember like #GirlDad and all that?
You're a loser.
Yeah, like so you just got to be better. So what Rossini needs to do is like learn to dribble. If she like plays in the WNBA, get alongside Caitlin Clark. That should be your move. Be like Caitlin Clark's running mate, and then everyone will love her again. But it's hard when you're not an athlete because like you have to have like a big success. Or if you're like a filmmaker and like you get canceled, you have to like make a film, and then like Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson said like the most awful, horrible things, but then he made that Jesus movie, and then everyone was like, it's Mel Gibson.
Fan text line 503-864-6326. Diana Rossini's PR firm says she's in talks with Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz.
There you go.
All right.
I like that.
That's how you get us back.
She comes out, takes credit for it. Yeah.
All right.
Just start taking credit for things you didn't do. Half the people will believe you anyways.
Well, a lot of people believe
Yeah.
the
A lot of people.
the rescue story. And now no one cares that it's not true. Like we're at this point we're just laughing.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that was a PR stunt, and it was pretty obvious that it was, and it didn't help her case at all.
At all.
Like not
In
one
any
bit.
way.
In
Like,
any way.
Did their PR firm was going to be like, oh, Diana, everyone's going to love you now.
Diana, that'll be $17,000.
We got to start our own PR firm. I'm telling you, that's the key.
Yeah.
Just undercut everybody in the bids.
Yeah, 17, dude, we'll give you 8. We'll give you just as crappy advice, and we're going to charge you half.
We'll call it Asian cremation.
There you go.
PR.
When in doubt, go to Asian cremation.
All right, college football, this and that, coming up next on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, some tough news for Oregon State today. Their right-handed pitcher, Dax Whitney, he is expected to undergo UCL surgery. He's going to miss the rest of the season for the Beavs, and he's the projected number 1 overall pick in the 2027 draft, although he should be healthy enough by that time. Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf, he's not going to face criminal charges stemming from his altercation with a fan back in Detroit when Pittsburgh was playing Detroit at Ford Field. Metcalf was actually suspended for 2 games without pay for that incident and forfeited more than $500,000 in game checks and voiding his $45 million in guarantees. According to Andrew Marchand, Russell Wilson is contemplating retirement and is in deep talks with CBS about becoming a studio analyst. Minnesota Golden Gophers starting quarterback Drake Lindsey, he was arrested early Friday today and accused of underage possession of alcohol and possessing a fake ID. Diamondbacks infielder Ildemaro Vargas went 4 for 4 today against the Cubs to extend his hit streak to 27. That sets the record for the longest hit streak by a Venezuelan player and raises his batting average to 404. Raptors take on the Cavs today in Game 6, but the Raptors will be without Brandon Ingram. He's out with a right heel injury. Cavs up 3-2, looking to close out that series. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
So Nick Saban is at it again.
What's old Nicky up to?
Well, he's speaking.
Oh, is this where he's talking about maybe coming back?
No.
Oh.
Wait, he's coming back?
No, someone asked him about it because he said he missed coaching. And they asked him, like, would you be willing? And he kind of said yes, but then he said that Miss Terry won't allow it. So unless they, wherever they're living now, unless the school could relocate to him, that he can't do it. Miss Terry will not allow it.
Watch a school relocate.
To his backyard.
Yeah.
That'd be phenomenal.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Talk about commitment.
The University of Nick Saban's backyard.
Yeah.
The University of Auburn in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, like you're Oregon State. I mean,
hey, sign up. Let's go.
I mean, didn't that guy come from Alabama? Shepard?
Yeah. He was an Alabama guy. He was the wide receivers coach. I don't know where Saban's living now, but
he's probably down there in Alabama. Didn't he have a big old house down there?
they bought it for him.
Yeah.
They bought Nick Saban had like a $3 million lakefront property in Alabama. And then just for S's and giggles, the Alabama alumni people paid off his house because apparently Nick couldn't do it.
Well, you got to keep him happy.
I guess.
You know,
Hey,
he won a lot of titles.
He won a lot of titles. Yes.
So he was on the Feinbaum show. Now, it's a little rich because Saban, for years, won titles by stacking his roster.
Yes.
And not having an equilibrium in college football.
Yes.
But now there's more of an equilibrium in college football.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's not happy?
He is he's calling for equilibrium in college football. Even though there is more equilibrium in college football.
What sort of equilibrium does he want?
We're in this weird place. We talked about this yesterday. We're in this weird place where college football, there are more teams capable of winning in the NIL revenue sharing world.
Yeah, the access door is bigger than ever. Now,
correct. But then there's this so more teams. Indiana just won the championship.
Yes.
Indiana.
Yes.
So inherently it's obvious more teams are able to compete.
Yes.
That is more of an equilibrium. Yet we also have this other stance, which I'll read you what Saban said, where he thinks it's so unequal that it needs to be equaled out more.
Well, the problem
It's weird.
The problem is under the old system, the powers that be, the Nick Sabans of the world, they conned everyone into believing that the access door was huge. And this is where Oregon State, Washington State, Boise State, schools like this, BYU, Purdue, they all believed that the door was open for him. When in reality, that was an absolute farce. It was not open to you. In theory, it was.
Are you talking about just winning a championship?
Winning a championship or putting together an elite team that could actually become.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
No.
But they lied to you and they told you. That's like saying that basically you can win the lottery. Hey, you want to be rich? There's only that is literally the answer to be like, if you want to be rich, there is a way for you to be rich. Just win the lottery. Well, yeah, someone has to win it, and so you get sold that bill of goods. And under this new system, those teams that never had access before, they still don't, but no one is telling them anymore that they have an opportunity. But that door has actually gotten bigger. Because there are schools, see Indiana, see BYU, see SMU, right? There are schools now that if you have resources and you can come up with money, you have access to it. So yes, there is more teams with access than ever before. It's just that those teams that were lied to and their fans were lied to saying that you have a real chance, that door has been slammed in their face, and they're the ones that are screaming and yelling. But the reality of it is you didn't have a chance before, you don't have a chance now. It's just that the fantasy has been ripped away from you. And you can say that that's worse for football, and that's what the Nick Sabans of the world do. I would make the argument, and who's the white t-shirt guy, Josh Pate. He's one of those that's like, this is ruining college football because fantasy.
I don't get that argument.
Well, again,
I really don't.
It's a fantasy.
But
they want the fantasy.
I don't think they lied. No one talked about it. Like it was like this underlying thing that the SEC teams or the really rich teams cheated, and you couldn't cheat as well as they could.
Yeah.
But nobody talked about it.
No.
But we all knew it.
Yes, everybody knew it.
That's the fantasy.
Right.
But it wasn't but nobody lied about it. It was just kind of understood. Like I feel like I don't know, this is such a weird position college football is in because to me, I'm with you. To me it's getting way better.
Yeah.
And then there's this other side of it where people are like it's ruining. And I don't understand how it could be ruining the sport when more teams are capable of winning
Well, it's the
than
idea.
ever before.
Would you rather have a world where literally 6 teams can win a national
No.
title and everyone has the illusion that you can do it? Or would you rather have a sport where 30 teams can win a national championship, but the fantasy for everyone else is slammed in your face? And I'm telling you, there are a ton of people, including national media members and old coaches, that want the fantasy. And also for the guys like Nick Saban, they're pissed because if you were one of the handful that really did have an opportunity, you're upset now because more people are at the table.
But can I add a caveat?
Yeah.
The latter to me is way better because there is a caveat that back in the day, like I guess you could try to compete.
Try.
You would just have to cheat.
Yeah.
And a lot of schools weren't willing to do that, right?
And you didn't have the resources to cheat too.
Well, right, but you could come up with them.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted, like, dude, it's
Yeah, you want to play in the mud?
yeah,
Go.
you want to sling some mud,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Now, it's like you actually can. It's harder for certain schools.
Yep.
But you don't have to cheat to do it. Like that's actually a better system. Yes, the teams that had been left behind before are still being left behind, but at least now
There's a clear path.
sure, you can do it. You just have to work harder to do it.
Yeah.
So it blows me away that people think this is worse.
And the
but-
crazy thing is like a school like Oregon State, now that they're in the Mountain West, they have more access to a college football playoff than they ever did than they would with the Pac-12.
Yes.
If they win their conference,
Correct.
it's between them and the American, who has the highest ranked team. Like they have a legitimate path to get to the playoff. Again, they weren't going to win the playoff in a 14 playoff. They're not going to win in a 12 team, but you have access.
Yes.
So I'm kind of with you. I also kind of, I think for me, like I grew up loving the Pac-12, loving the Pac-10, and so the fact that that's gone, I think that's what hurts a lot of people is that the sport has just changed so much, and it kind of came out of nowhere.
But again, it goes back to the idea of I want it a certain way because that's the way it's always been, and this is different. Therefore, different is bad, and screw
Right.
you. I want it. I want the olden ways.
That's just
back.
not an argument. Like I get how people feel. Like that's a feeling.
Yeah.
And I understand the human nature of that feeling. That is a very real thing. A lot of people have that. It sounds like Steven has it. And that's fair. Like that's how you feel. You can't help how you feel. But it's not an argument.
No.
Like it just isn't.
Like I love the days when Oregon State played Oregon in the Civil War for the chance to go to the Rose Bowl. That was great. And that'll never happen again. And I understand that.
Because one school found, they found a guy and other people that were willing to put in a bunch of money, and Oregon State didn't. All you need in this world of college football to compete, and I know it stinks, but all you need is a handful of people that have deep pocketbooks.
It's fundraising.
That's it. It's fundraising. And the schools that can fundraise are the ones that can compete, and the schools that don't can't. If you can find your way into a conference, the Big Ten pays out like 65, 70 million. It goes up every year. SEC's in the 50s. If you can't do that, like, you're going to struggle. The Big 12 just signed their Redbird Capital deal, and I think each school can peel off, I think it's $30 million, and then they have to pay some of it back. I don't know if you've read through all the details, but it's kind of convoluted. But the Big 12 commissioner even came out and said, I understand that people don't like this, and he kind of even admitted that he didn't really like it, but he said, this is what it is. Like, we don't have, if we have schools that need money in order to compete, and that's just the way it is. And schools have always needed money to compete.
Exactly.
Oregon State and schools like that, and Washington State and Cal and Stanford, they didn't really get to compete because they didn't have the resources, and they still don't. It's just a different version of that.
But now you can borrow.
Yeah, you can borrow, and
Now
you can
add. You can create revenue streams. You can fundraise. Like there's a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Mainly the venture capital thing, to get money to swim in that pool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I want to tell you what Saban said about this because again, I think it's just a very weird conversation we're having in college football these days.
Yeah. Well, it's a dishonest conversation too.
Well, it's like you said, it's just how you view it. Some people view it terribly, other people think it's great.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. So Saban, interestingly, he's the guy that won when it was very imbalanced.
Yes.
Like the most imbalanced. Like we always talked about this. Remember, we talk college football every year. We love college football. And we come on the show
Still do.
and we talk about college football and we would say, everybody's talking about parity in the NFL and parity in all these other sports and how that makes it great. Yeah. You understand that college football has the least amount of parity of any sport by 1 billion.
Yes.
And people still love it. Mm-hmm. Well, now there's more parity, and yet they want to go back to the old way. And it's interesting to me that Nick Saban is one of those people. Or isn't one of those people, sorry. He wants it to flat. He's bringing up salary caps.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what he said on the Feinbaum show coming up next on The Fan.
Welcome back in. This is where we talk about what Nick Saban wanted, but I don't know what Nick Saban wanted, and Rob is not here.
I looked out the studio. I could see him looking at the TVs out there, watching something. I don't know what he's doing.
I got caught up in something.
Yeah.
There he is.
It happens.
Now we'll find out what Nick Saban wanted.
Probably.
Some sort of salary cap, from what I hear. That is the rumor.
Word on
Are we back on already?
Yeah, we're back on. Got caught up watching something?
Well, the boss, the little general, is out there.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, hey, look at these new slides we have on YouTube.
What are the slides?
Well, it's like the things that pop up on the screen.
During
like,
the commercials.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like, hey, Isaac and Suk 3-7, or Dirt and Sprague.
Sure.
You like it?
7 to 10?
6 to 10.
6 to 10. Yeah, they do look good. They've been improved.
There's like a Portland Fire schedule, a Timber schedule,
Yes.
Oh.
Thorn schedule.
The
Yeah,
new
so-
fire pit. Did you see the court?
Yeah, it's
I did.
awesome.
Yeah, they call it the fire pit, and it's, dude, that thing's tasty.
Stevie
Dude,
Fire's
my-
on board.
Well
My
played.
Fire are just, I don't know if you saw, well, they lost the other night, but did you see how hard they played?
No, I didn't watch.
Oh, dude. It was intense.
I'm waiting for the fire pit. That's what I'm waiting for. And I still haven't received my Lashify jersey from them. Hello. Triple.
Where's our gear?
So anyway, he said, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, I think you need to tone down the brightness."
It's a little.
Yeah, it's a little.
Whoa.
It's a little too. And then he got mad at me.
You got to play with the tint.
And he kicked me out. And now I'm back here
Now you're back.
in my lane.
All right. Talking
So
about
Sabes.
Sabes.
He was on the Feinbaum show because they're old buddies, you know.
Yeah.
Apparently, and this is a stunning development, Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports is reporting that schools are finding ways to blow past the cap on the revenue sharing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's supposed to be like, what is it, like 21, 22 million or something?
Yeah, it goes up each year, but yeah, it's something like that.
But isn't that for all your athletes?
All your athletes, yes. You have to divvy up a pool of 20 and some change, and you get to decide what goes where, and then you can have NIL on top of that.
Yeah, and the NIL is separate.
Yeah.
So there's two different money pools.
Yes.
The revenue sharing thing is a cap, but some reports are that some of these rosters without NIL could cost upwards of $40 million. That's twice the cap.
Yes, for all your sports, let alone just football.
So it's interesting to me that Nick Saban, the guy who won and made his career when it was so imbalanced and it was so top heavy,
by spending more money than anyone else.
But of course we can't say that.
No,
we can't talk about that. That's the big no-no. But we all know it happened.
Yeah.
It's so weird because it's like we don't want to take away from Saban. He's an elite coach, one of the best ever.
Yeah.
But we all know what was happening.
Yeah, he had an unbalanced playing field, and it was him and about probably 12 other schools that were willing to play in the muck.
So he says on the Paul Feinbaum show, well, the first time somebody had a collective, and I'm not going to mention any names because I got in trouble for that before, I just made the statement they didn't do anything wrong. But is this what we want college football to become?
Oh, for God's sakes, you pious a-hole.
And that's exactly what happened. He said, I like the fact that some programs have been able to improve because of the circumstance. That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
But I also think there should be some equilibrium. One team shouldn't have $40 million rosters and another have a $5 million roster.
You built your entire career off that.
And they're out there playing each other. Every league, NFL, basketball, hockey, they all have a salary cap. By the way, conveniently leaves out Major League Baseball, which does not. Yeah. Or something that creates parity in the league so everybody has an equal opportunity to win. Like, isn't that rich coming from that guy? Like,
literally, you became a legend in the most unbalanced sport in the world, and now that your university no longer has that advantage, now you want an even playing field?
Are there people that think he did it the right way? Like not cheating? I guess Alabama fans maybe?
I don't think so. Even they know what's up. Like,
because he comes across as like, I did nothing wrong and I did it on the up and up.
That is one of the more unique things in all of sports and really all of the world is that lie. And
it is a lie.
It is a lie. Every coach, every university president, every player, we all do this wink nod thing when it comes to paying players. And yet now that we're in an era where you can actually pay players, no one wants to acknowledge that we've always paid players. It's so strange.
It really is strange.
It's just, it is the most bizarre thing in the world. We have like it's like a bad 80s soap opera where the amnesia, you're right, we were all like in a bad motor wreck and now none of us remembers what happened before 4 years ago when NIL came.
Well, and the other thing too is these coaches and basketball coaches that are great at this, they sort of can remove themselves because they're so high up. Yeah. Like it's boosters paying or it's I didn't know I just coach but yet they're so heavy-handed they know every single thing that goes on in their program.
It's and like Blue Chips, the movie.
Yeah. And they know how they're getting the kids. Yeah. So it's all disingenuous and dishonest. And this texter is exactly right that's why they all left. Yeah. Because they didn't want to compete on a level playing field.
Yes, it is harder than ever for Nick. Look, Nick Saban is the greatest to ever do it, and I'm not taking anything away from Nick Saban. But if Nick Saban were to start from ground zero, he just is a young coach. Or even give me Saban in halfway through his success. He's got like 3 national championships. And you put him in this era, he is not winning 7, and it is harder than ever for him to compete. Plain and simple. Kirby Smart's feeling it. Dabo's feeling it. Everyone is. Because there's just a new cast. I mean, and look, let's be honest. the legendary people in Oregon love to do we're mighty different out here. No, you're not. You just decided to play the way everyone else was playing. The great story was it after the Texas drubbing in the bowl game when Phil Knight got together and said, what do we have to do to compete?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we all know what you had to do to compete, and Phil just took it a step further and said, I'll give you $1 billion to start building some cool stuff to get kids here, and also, too, we're going to start paying kids. Oregon didn't used to pay kids, and all of a sudden they started paying kids, and the Jonathan Stewarts and the Haloti Natas and then the Thibodeaus and all these guys started coming here. Well, yeah, people like uniforms and people like the cool buildings, but they also like cash. I'm sorry, but DeAnthony Thomas didn't come to Eugene because he thought that the practice facility was kick-ass. He gave him a bunch of money. And so...
Didn't he flip?
Yeah, that was...
He was a USC guy.
So USC gave him, allegedly, USC gave him money, and he took it, and then Oregon gave him money, allegedly, and then he signed with that, and then USC was pissed, but you can't do anything because you both gave him illegal money. You double dipped.
It was that, and then a lot of Duck fans said, well, USC was going to use him as a corner, where Oregon was going to let him play on the offensive side, and that's what he really wanted.
Well, and what he really wanted was 2 big sacks of money, and good for him. Screw him,
So here's the last thing he says. I really think that the concern is the health of college athletics, not just football. I think people look at football and basketball, but how about the 22 other sports we have that are really probably non-revenue sports that create lots of opportunities, actually trained 85% of our Olympians in the last Olympics? We're the only country in the world that the university system and college athletics actually develop our athletes for the Olympics. So if we're creating a situation where there's not enough balance between the revenue sports and the non-revenue sports, then people are going to start dropping these sports, which you saw Arkansas drop tennis the other day. That's exactly what we don't want to see.
Okay, well, first off, he has a good point. Second, Nick, you don't give 2 S's about college tennis. No one does. So first off, get bent.
I do.
But you do make a good point there that, yes, those sports are going to suffer. But I would also bring up the fact that he mentioned it. There's no other country that does it this way. Therefore, if you want to have Olympic athletes, then you need to have those people do their own thing. That needs to be, that will eventually become club teams. That'll become the U.S. Gymnastics, Federation, all that. That thing is going to have to get funded by other people. It does say something that we are the only country in the world that does it this way. That might mean that our model is kind of dumb and the rest of the world looked at it and was like, well, that's stupid and doesn't make any sense, so we're not going to do it that way. So while I do agree that it does suck that those opportunities may go away for some people, those opportunities are just going to have to change. So you can't, the argument that people, that the Nick Sabans and the Pates of the world are going to make and the Feinbaums is, well, you guys need to sacrifice because these people over here, quote, deserve it. But if you do that in any other realm of politics, then people yell socialism and get really pissy and say that's not the American way, capitalism, and yay us. You do that in any other walk of life and people lose it, but somehow now in the world of college sports, now we all want to be a European socialist union, and which is fascinating to me.
It's also, I like Saban. I think he's good on game day. Obviously a tremendous coach.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, you weren't saying this when you were making $15 million a year.
And the players are making nothing.
Exactly.
Not a dime.
And the non-revenue sports were suffering just like they are now.
Yep.
And you're up there on your ivory tower. Now all of a sudden he's saying this, dude, come on.
It's a day late and $1 short. So spare me the woe is me. I do feel though for those athletes, I absolutely do. I don't want gymnastics to get cut. I don't want wrestling to get cut. I don't want any of those things.
Nah, I could do without wrestling.
But the idea,
sorry, wrestlers.
But the idea to give,
it's a weird sport.
The idea to give organizations
Kind of hot.
Antitrust exemption and force illegal laws on them and restrictions simply because we think that the model we have should allow for badminton players and rowers to go to the Olympics. That wouldn't exist. None of that would fly in any other venture in our country. But this, all of a sudden, we need government intervention to put caps on it. But we won't put caps on what schools can make. We won't put caps on what coaches can make. We won't put caps on what athletic departments can make. The only thing we want caps on is what athletes can make. So every time Nick Saban says he wants a salary cap, I notice he doesn't say anything about coaches. He doesn't say anything about ADs. He doesn't say anything about boosters and donations. No. So everything gets to be a free-for-all except for the players. They're the problem. And that's where you lose me. And Jay Bellis has been talking about this for years, that the hypocrisy of it stinks to high heaven. And now their only solution is government intervention because everything they're doing is illegal. Not a single business could try to get away with this except for college football or college sports.
The problem is the NCAA just stuck their head in the ground for so long and said, nope, we're going to do it our way and you will abide. And then they had to completely flip it 180. And now you had to go the exact opposite. And now it's turned into a whole circus. When if they would have just been a little lenient, maybe 20 years ago, we wouldn't be in this problem.
100%. So I just don't have any sympathy for him. None.
All I was thinking about while you were talking was what is the hottest sport?
What do you mean? The
hot guys?
I mentioned
Soccer.
wrestling, and Steven jokingly said, it's hot. And I went, ooh.
Ringworm?
No. Although maybe the gays think wrestling is...
Guys rolling around, I don't know.
Do gay people think wrestling is hot?
I don't know. I'm not
WWE.
I'm not privy to speak for the gay community, but
It's true. I shouldn't have asked you.
I
I
will-
put you in a very difficult position.
well, I will tell you that if you're looking for oiled up, in shape men, there's no out of shape wrestler. I want a 6-foot guy with a 6-inch penis that makes $600,000.
See, to me, the hottest
I still
sport...
can't find him.
The hottest sport is volleyball, is it not?
That's pretty good.
That's a hot sport.
Across the board, men
Yeah.
and women.
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
I said soccer. I
The
think
men
soccer.
in volleyball are Adonises. Soccer's pretty good.
I'm telling you, there's no more in shape person than the wrestler, but wrestler guy has there's an edge. Like he's got messed up ears and it's
It's like
it's a little grimy.
they're like little trolls.
yeah. You might be onto
I
something.
think
with
volleyball or soccer is probably the right
Volleyball or
answer.
soccer, the hottest
Tennis.
sport.
Soccer.
See, I think soccer.
Soccer. Again, across the board, if we're going male, female,
Yeah.
it's probably swimming.
Are you saying just the hottest people playing or the actual sport?
Oh, I was saying hottest people playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think hottest people playing, it's probably soccer. But I think the hottest sport, like if you all encompassing,
Yeah, because you're wearing nothing.
what you're wearing, how you
volleyball.
play, the movements, the high fives, the sets and the spikes.
All you need to know is that when the greatest 80s action movie of all time, Top Gun, needed to turn up the heat, what did they play?
Volleyball.
Volleyball.
That's a great
Jeez,
point.
yeah.
Great point.
Argument one.
Yeah, I think
Volleyball.
that's it.
That's it.
Mike
Drop.
drop right there.
You got Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise oiled up out there in some... What is happening? In some Levi's tough skins. You know what's up on the beach.
Hey, we got to the bottom of that.
Whoa, Levi's weren't Toughskins, were they?
No.
Toughskins was
Tough
their
skins
own
were
brand.
its own brand.
I had to wear them, believe me, I know.
You had to wear tough skins?
Yeah,
I'm
my
sorry.
mom would buy me Toughskins.
Those reinforced knees? Oh, man.
Well, look,
I don't think that's a thing anymore.
times
but,
were hard at the Ropp
ooh,
household.
boy. Tough skins. Those double reinforced
All right.
knees, there's no way that, one, any kid's going to talk to you, and two, you're blowing those things out.
Well, I like Nick Saban, but I'm starting. He's losing me.
Yeah.
Just what should I say? Shut up and dribble.
Well, now shut up
How
and
about that?
retire.
Yeah. The old heads need to all go away.
Let's go back to when, who is it? Who's the comedian? Shane, what's his name?
Gillis.
Shane Gillis called him Alabama Jones. and Nick Saban got so pissed. Yeah, he was
He
wearing...
also made a comment about how Saban cheated, and he got really mad about
Yeah,
it.
and Saban was getting all butthurt, and Shane was like, settle down over there, Alabama Jones, because he's wearing a fedora. Saban does not have a good sense of humor about those sorts of things.
All right, a couple of Friday randoms coming up next. Why on earth would anyone invest in this? This is The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, some tough news for Oregon State baseball as their stud pitcher Dax Whitney. He's expected to undergo UCL surgery. Whitney, the projected number 1 overall pick in the 2027 draft, will miss the rest of the season for the Beavs. Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf, he will not face criminal charges stemming from his altercation with a fan back in December when the Steelers were in Detroit at Ford Field. Metcalf was actually suspended 2 games without pay for that incident and forfeited more than $500,000 in game checks. According to Andrew Marchand, Russell Wilson is contemplating retirement, and he's in deep talks right now with CBS about becoming a studio analyst. University of Minnesota starting quarterback Drake Lindsey, he was arrested earlier today and accused of underage possession of alcohol and a possession of a fake ID. Some good news, Diamondbacks infielder Ildemaro Vargas, he went 4 for 4 today against the Cubs, extending his hit streak to 27 games. It sets the record for the longest hit streak by a Venezuelan player and raises his batting average to 404 on the season. NBA playoffs right now, Magic taking on the Pistons in Game 6. Magic up 3-2 in that series. Cavs going to take on the Raptors in Toronto, but the Raptors will be without Brandon Ingram. He's out for tonight's game with a right heel injury. Cavs can wrap up that series with a win up there in Toronto. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Lake Oswego.
All right. Welcome back. Before we get to in the news, we're going to have some randoms. We're going to empty out the tickle trunk for you.
We're going to that lake.
You ready for the Russell Wilson commentary on the studio broadcasts of the NFL games?
Just to see how fat he got?
No.
Yeah, he played for the Savannah Bananas, and boy, I think Russell's already preparing for that after football.
I'm going to that lake.
He's in a bulk phase.
We were talking about fat athletes.
Yeah.
Russ is.
Yeah, he's bulking up.
He's gonna get short and fat real soon.
He's bulking up. No, I don't want to hear from Russell Wilson. I find everything he says to be convoluted, and he just wants to be something that he's not. He tried to be street for a while, and then he tried to be the super nice guy. He's just
as an analyst,
the guy doesn't have a real bone in his body.
What did you say? I heard it in your sports report.
Andrew Marchand is reporting that Russell is contemplating retirement, but is in talks with CBS to be a studio analyst.
Okay. Yeah. And CBS has is that Boomer?
That sounds about right.
Nate Burleson,
Sims,
Cower.
Isn't Phil Sims in their studio show?
I can never remember who's who. Maybe Phil.
But
Sims.
yeah, that's CBS.
On that show.
Cower and Boomer.
Yeah, Russell Wilson cares too much about what people think to be a good analyst.
Yeah,
I think.
Yes, you
have to have a no F's given, at least a little bit.
I don't know if there's anyone that gives more F's.
Yeah.
Than him.
That's why I don't think he'd be very good.
Yeah, they're
but we'll give him a chance.
Last year they had James Brown, Bill Cower, Burleson, and Matt Ryan were their studio crew
Matt Ryan
last year.
That's
I think he's pretty new.
All right. What else do I have for you here? How about Liv? Do you want to invest in Liv Golf?
They're looking.
Yeah, well, the demise of Liv, I mean, look, it's not going well for Liv, but the demise was somewhat premature.
Really?
No, but kind of. They're not folding. They're trying to finish the season.
They're folding.
Well, they're not folding. What they have done is they've lost the PIF funding. PIF.
Did you see how much they've spent?
Yes.
Who's going to cover that bill?
If you're in a race,
well, you don't have to spend that much.
If you're in a race,
all I am saying is they are not done.
We're on to TGL.
The report was they're folding tomorrow, overnight, right? That is not the case. No. They are attempting to, albeit it will be futile, but they are attempting to continue.
They were in a cannonball run. They ran out of gas, and so they're doing the Fred Flintstone thing now. And there's a foot out the door, and they're trying to scoot their car.
Yeah, they need investors. They are seeking new investors. They have a new board. So PIF pulled their money.
Yeah,
and that's where the report came from that Liv was folding. So PIF invested over $5 billion total into Liv.
And died.
And they were spending $100 million per month.
Imagine
this year.
The audacity of these douche canoes to lose that funding and then be like, hey, you know what? Let's see if we can find someone else. Because what sort of great investor is going to be like basically a sovereign nation with unlimited resources looked at that and went, nah. But me and my money, we're going to be the ones to solve that problem.
Wait,
my God.
No.
Do you have TV ratings? No.
No.
Are your player contracts under control? Not in the least. We owe billions. What else? Is your product good? Do people like it? No. Is your social media presence good? No.
Yeah. Did you burn through $5 billion in 3 years? Yeah.
Does anyone care? No. Oh, here's $100 million.
So, yeah, I think it's adorable that they are trying to keep this going. Thanks for coming.
I think it's Mike Bovace on Twitter. Kind of a fun follow. He said, look, was Liv successful? No.
No.
Did it bolster the reputations of everyone involved? No. But was it fun? Once again, no. I thought that was a great tweet.
Oh, this will be like crystal clear Pepsi. It'll just go down in history, and you're like, hey, remember when they did that? And you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
I mean, seriously, why on earth would anyone invest?
Zero.
Unless you just get they have to just bend over backwards. Like you have to get such a sweetheart of a deal. It's like, all right.
But even if you did get the sweetheart, there's just, again, a unlimited source of money. A group that allegedly has $1 trillion.
I know. I'm just saying.
And they decided to stop.
There's no way anyone would invest.
No.
like risk money on it. Like this is just not like of all the things to invest in. Why would anyone with money put it into that? Like there's nothing tangible to invest in.
No.
So they would have to guarantee the money. Like somehow they would have to, if they really think they're going to raise money, it's got to be just a deal where it's like Tom Dundon, discount Dundon's like, oh my God, what a sweetheart of a deal. Sure, here's $10 million. I'm guaranteed to lose nothing.
But if you couldn't, how much were they spending a month?
They're spending $100 million a month.
If $100 million a month didn't move the needle at all, how much money would you need to
it's not all about money, Jason.
move the needle?
It's not all about spending.
Once again, this is why starting a competing league to go against the top dog of any sport is just not
It's not very good.
It's not a good
Has
idea.
it ever worked?
No.
Ever?
No.
USFL had a little traction, didn't it?
No.
Oh.
Would you say UCL or UFC?
No, because there was no,
Like boxing?
well, but that's not the same sport.
That's true.
So the other people have tried to compete against the UFC. Like now you have like the Professional Fight League and you had like Pride and K1. So they were all trying to start that game and the UFC won. And now that the UFC is on top, it would be one of those other organizations now trying to take down the UFC, and it's not.
The only thing I could think of was that,
No.
but
It was
apples and oranges.
That was a new thing.
Well, you had the old ABA, NBA, that whole thing.
No, it just is never. And if you were going to do it, it had to be done 100 years ago or 50 years ago when things were so cheap. I mean, that's the crazy part is like back in the day, sports were not expensive. You could buy a team for a couple shekels. Like it was an entirely different world.
Sports is business.
Where you could start a league and it wouldn't cost you the small the GDP of a country. But now, I mean, the idea of I saw the Valkyries today, who have only been around for 2 years.
This is their second year, yeah.
They got valued at $850 million. Now, I don't know if anyone would pay it,
Wait,
but
where do they play?
San Francisco.
Oh.
And they're brand new.
Why are they worth so much?
Probably because they're in the Bay Area. I don't know. And again, whether that evaluation is real or not, $850 million for a WNBA team. That is a league that has never once turned a profit, not a single dollar. And yet a team that is brand new is valued at almost $1 billion. You cannot compete with sports now. Like it's too late in the game. And we thought if someone we thought this was it because the PGA it's smaller than the others. You would need less capital. And we really thought that a unlimited money source might be enough to tilt it. And it did nothing.
And they had flipped some of the better golfers.
Yes, and it didn't make a dent. Not a single dent was made. And that should just let you know how you just do not try to slay an established property like that.
What about the old AFL? They merged. They were able to.
Yeah.
That was old Lamar Hunt.
Yep. And not everyone, but yeah, they merged, and again that was
the ABA did too.
Yeah,
well, I guess the ABA kind of folded.
They took some and
they took a few of their teams, right?
Mm-hmm. And that was back again when things were trying to get their footing.
Yeah.
There was a time for that, and that time is long gone. I mean, the amount of money you would have to kick in and you would have to bleed to ever even get any. I mean, the live number is staggering.
$5 billion.
$5 billion, $100 million a month. And for golf, can you imagine if you were to try to start up a football or a basketball league? The amount of money.
That's $500 billion probably.
It's just an insane amount.
All right. We got the horsey race tomorrow. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, we got to get our big fancy hats.
The Derby. I got a good Kentucky Derby story for you.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with the horsies.
It's the ancillary stuff. I would like to go at some point in my life. I'd like to check that out.
We'll get to that next here on The Fan. All right, coming up next on In the News, digital price tags, and we must freak out about it. But first, I just bring a little Kentucky Derby flavor to the show today.
I kind of forgot that the Derby was tomorrow. I've heard some people kind of talking about it, and then I was like, oh, yeah, that.
The Derby.
Yeah.
It's fun. I always like to place a wager.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know anything about horses, but
I always end up, I don't bet on it, but if it's in my sphere, I watch it live, and if not, you just go back and find it on YouTube. But I like the pageantry behind it. Seems cool. Seems like a good time.
So this guy's name is Mark Toothaker.
Good name.
And he is a thoroughbred trainer with Spendthrift Farms.
Sure.
So he will be attending the Kentucky Derby this weekend to cheer on Spendthrift's horsey, Further Ado.
I like the horsey names, by the way.
Yeah, we got some good ones this year, too.
Yeah. Do we know who's the... there's always one that like everyone's talking about. Is there a big favorite?
Yeah, I was looking at it today.
And didn't they move up one of the races or they moved it back so they're going to try to get more horses that run in all three? They moved one of the Triple Crown races to try to give it more time, because there's nothing more disappointing than if someone wins one and then they decide not to run in the other. So I think they're trying to build some hype where the horses can compete in all three.
Yeah, I think the favorite is Renegade.
Okay.
This year.
Lorenzo Lamas, Renegade.
Chief Wallaby is a nice little play.
Okay.
From what I saw. You've got horses named the Puma, Wonder Dean, Golden Tempo. Ooh, Great White. That's a great name for a horse.
I think I know. I think we all know where I'm going on this one.
Yeah. Shocking.
5 for a black. Oh, for God's sakes.
Wow. That one.
That's not what I was doing.
Robusta. Potente.
Okay, swag.
Emerging Market. Commandment. Right to Party.
There you go. Go with Right to Party.
Litmus Test. Ooh, Dannon Bourbon.
Dannon Bourbon?
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as Dannon Bourbon?
Sounds like it's sponsored by Dannon
I was
Bourbon.
gonna say, is there? That's
the horse's name.
I've never had Dannon Bourbon.
They're devout alcoholics.
Anyway, this guy could have been dead.
Okay.
So his name is Mark Toothaker. He's a thoroughbred trainer. In an interview with the AP, he said he was watching the Giants on Monday Night Football in December when he saw Young Ho Koo whiff that kick.
Oh, I did see this.
Do you remember that?
I saw the story. I didn't know that this was a horse guy, though.
Yeah. He was laughing so hard at that, he had a seizure.
Yeah, if you don't remember it, he didn't just muff the kick. He kicked the ground. He botched it so bad. It's like when he like chunked like a pitching wedge. His foot hit the ground before it hit the ball, and he like stubbed his toe. It was like one of the worst kicks you've ever seen. Yeah, and he fell down laughing.
Yeah, so he said the defining moment came in the second quarter of the loss of the Patriots. Koo attempts a 47-yard field goal. He tripped as he went in for the kick, missed the ball completely. The miss, Toothaker said, prompted him to laugh incredibly hard to the point of having a seizure, which he described as being electrocuted. His wife, a nurse at a rehab hospital with experience with brain injuries, initially thought her husband was joking, but then called 911 to transport him to a hospital. A CT scan later revealed a tennis ball-sized brain tumor in his brain.
Oh, my God.
So they were at the University of Kentucky Hospital. The tumor, which turned out to be benign, was removed. He was released by the end of the week without suffering any long-term damage, all of which he credits to Young Ho Koo.
Imagine almost dying because you're laughing at a tiny Korean man kicking the ground, and then that ends up saving your life.
Wild.
Yeah.
He says, the kicker saved my life because it could have happened at any other time. I wholeheartedly believe I was in the right spot at the right time, and he was the trigger for that happening. It was a miracle.
Do you have to get a Koo jersey now? Like that, and get it?
I think
you get him to sign it, right?
I feel like Koo has to be cool about this, and reports are he is not.
No,
because this story has made headlines, and people are reaching out to Young Ho Koo to ask him about it, and apparently he's not. He's not having it.
It was the worst kick, and it
wasn't even a kick.
No, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a professional field goal kicker who at one point was a Pro Bowl kicker kick the ground. Never seen it.
Yeah, so this guy, apparently he invited Koo to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, he's like, no.
And he's not going to go to that.
No.
I mean, come on, dude.
Koo's
You're missing out on an opportunity.
Koo's fallen on hard times, and what's the old, like, don't let them make a joke out of you, right? Like, you don't want to lean into that. I don't blame him for that.
Because this is the only thing we'll ever remember him for.
Yeah, I do not.
I don't know. It's a free trip to the, like, I'd miss a kick or like whiff a kick for a free trip to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, his career may be over. I don't think anyone signed him. I think he's a free agent. But yeah, I don't blame him. Like, I don't blame him at all for not wanting to lean into that.
So their horse, Further Ado, second best odds, 6-1.
They should name the horse Koo.
They should.
They should name the horse after him, or just
Stub-toe Koo.
What if you just named it Young Ho? Who's running out? That's old Young Ho. Good times.
Well, hopefully he doesn't die watching his horse in the Kentucky Derby.
What do they always say? When it's your time, it's your time, and when it's not, like, that's like the chances of that. You find out you have a brain tumor. And there's all kinds of stories about someone having something minor like that, and then finding out there's you have a serious problem. You're like,
I've never really
someone's looking down.
I've never really bought into that bullshit.
No.
No. Like Mike Leach it was definitely not Mike Leach's time to go. It just so happens nobody was there
he was around.
when he tumbled.
Yeah.
And like if someone were right there, he probably could have been saved.
Yeah.
But he was in his basement, like just by himself, and
that's what I'm saying. It's like that's
not his time.
No, it's just serendipity. Like there's no rhyme or reason why stuff like that happens. Well, according to me, but other people think there's.
Well, sure. It's just a way to make yourself feel better.
Yes,
I get it. It's fun to do.
My family is
mental gymnastics.
My family is they're very much into that. Anything that happens, there's a hand involved.
It's meant to be.
No matter what sort of minor thing, there's always.
Hey, I found my shoelace today.
The
Lord was looking.
They
over.
once used diarrhea as a.
I'm sorry, what?
The Lord induced diarrhea.
Why?
Someone was driving back from like the freeway, like after like a Mariner game, and
that's John.
Diarrhea struck, and so they had to like pull over immediately to like use like pull over an AM/PM and
like
then
side of the road or
I don't remember if it was side of the road or if they quickly exited, but then like. A car that had been following them. This was
got in a wreck.
Got in like a wreck, and then it was like someone was looking down, and I was like, I didn't say anything, so they already think I'm an ass, anyways. But
I'm fine.
I was like, really, like you had the Lord inspired diarrhea, or is it possible that you just ate some nachos at a Mariner game and that gave you the runs? But
the Lord works in mysterious ways, Jace.
Yeah, my family very much is into that. No matter what happens, like there's always a divine sort of. Component to it, even when it's something as simple as I gotta pull over because I got the squirts. You're like, well, so divine squirts. Hey, to each their own. Whatever makes
holy
you.
Squirts.
Yeah,
that's
holy squirts. Hey, whatever.
I
makes
can
you,
see how that is very comforting.
Yes.
To be able to put two and two together in ways it's like, see, there you go. It's an explanation. It makes you feel better when there's an
But
explanation.
then when it's proven wrong, does it matter?
No.
Nah, you feel
because
better.
like when Coach Vaughn was pregnant, like her sister saw like people with like triplets and twins, and she's like, "Oh, you guys are having twins," and we didn't.
Okay, well,
she like saw them everywhere. She's like, "Oh my gosh, there's twins and triplets everywhere. This is a sign."
yeah,
then
and
there
it
was just
wasn't
one-
even
there was
remotely.
just
a
one,
sign.
no.
It was just That's what usually it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's all the time what it is. But
We got a lot of those.
again, we like our brains are a complicated thing.
Yes.
We like to tell ourselves stories. It's more fun that way. It's whimsy.
There's a lot of whimsy in my
whimsy.
family. I'll just say that. A lot of whimsy.
Okay, coming up next in the news, we have a pro from a local club who has qualified for the PGA Championship. Here's Steve.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fans, some tough news for Oregon State baseball as their star pitcher Dax Whitney, he is expected to undergo UCL surgery. Whitney, star of the team, projected number 1 pick in the 2027 draft, should be out for the rest of the season. Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf, he is not going to face criminal charges stemming from his altercation with a fan in Detroit at Ford Field last December. Metcalf was suspended 2 games without pay for that incident by the NFL and the Steelers. According to Andrew Marchand, Russell Wilson, he is contemplating retirement and is in deep talks right now with CBS about becoming a studio analyst. University of Minnesota starting quarterback Drake Lindsey, he was arrested early today and accused of underage possession of alcohol and possession of a fake ID. Diamondbacks infielder Ildemaro Vargas, he went 4 for 4 today against the Cubs, extending his hit streak to 27 games. It sets the record for longest hit streak by a Venezuelan player and raises his batting average to a nice crisp 404. Game 6 in Toronto, Cavs up 3-2 in that series, and the Raptors will be without star Brandon Ingram. He's out tonight with a right heel injury. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and messy work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
All right, cruising right along, a little Friday radio program. It is May 1, 2026. How about that?
Is it May Day? Is May
It is
1st?
May Day. It's May Day.
Right? Is that
Yes, May 1, May Day.
Is May Day any like?
No,
There's no sort of
no.
just 1st of May, so we call
It's
it
probably
May Day.
been canceled.
Okay. Whoever came up with May Day, it turns out he was a terrible individual. And we have to cancel a street named after him.
It is May 1, 2026. It is time now for In the News. I'm your noted newsman. It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocatslaw.com. Please be seated. Today is No Pants Day.
Oh, well, I'm wearing pants, though.
Your mistake. I'm
So
not.
are we supposed to wear, like, shorts, or are you supposed to wear just no
Nope,
pants at
no
all?
pants.
Short pants.
Celebrating the wonders of being pantless.
I often wear, like, a light, breezy pant, and people will be critical. They're like, how can you wear pants when it's so hot? And you're like, so you think that 8 inches of fabric, that's the difference between being...
It is. I'm with them.
Can
I'm
be.
against you on this
Yeah.
one.
You know, you can get light, breathable pants. You can get some nice linen pants.
No,
or-
but I'm with him. The shorts are way better.
If I wear pants and it's hot, I am sweating
Yeah.
automatically as
Yeah.
soon as I step outside.
So you're saying your entire heat signature is based on your calves.
Yes,
And you wear tall socks, too.
I do.
So really, you have that 4-inch then of your calf that is exposed. That makes the difference between you being broiling hot and crispy, clean, and air conditioned.
Shockingly, yes.
He's right. It's true.
I do not understand that at all.
Pants hot. They trap the heat.
They
Your
trap-
balls sweat.
trap-
And
I tell
then
you what, it's shorts weather. I will not be wearing pants until I don't know October. It's
yeah,
shorts.
You
from
get
now
that
on.
flow up in there.
You get yourself a nice pair of breathable pants.
Why don't you buy them for him?
You want some linen? I'll get you some nice linen pants.
Big radio money.
They're like $22. Get you some Liz Claiborne's. It'd be good.
It is also International Space Day.
Oh, go space. We just talked about Space Jesus.
Space Force.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
The Whole Foods in the Pearl District replaced many of its paper price labels that are affixed to shelves across the store with digital price tags, and everyone's freaking out about it.
Why is that? I've seen those. Where they say they just have like a little readout.
Yeah.
Why is that a bad?
Well, people don't like that
Why?
because they think that they can change them at any moment and like do dynamic pricing. You know, because they're programmed.
Oh, so like you see me going in.
Yeah.
From like some organic bananas, and they're like, "Look at this dumb bastard," and then all of a sudden
Double it.
you're shopping at Whole Foods. You're going to spend way too much money anyways. It's Whole Foods.
The Amazon-owned grocer says it plans to roll out digital price tags at some of its 7 other Portland area stores. About 150 of the chain's more than 500 U.S. stores have adopted the devices already.
I mean, I don't shop at Whole Foods, but I've seen these at other places. Boy, the things that we
Yeah.
get
Well, we
bad
get
at.
mad about everything.
Yeah,
That's another one.
I guess.
Outrage.
Digital price tags. Let me just tell you right now, if you're shopping at Whole Foods, you're getting screwed over. You're paying too much for organic apple juice. You just are. That's the whole point of being pretentious and shopping at Whole Foods is you spend a bunch of money that you don't need to spend because your groceries are better.
It's a flex.
That's all
it's
it
a
is.
flex that you have. Like I go to Whole Foods.
Yes.
Well, I don't. I
Have
go
you
to
seen-
Winco.
Have you seen the whole story about, is it Erdwan? That really fancy one?
It might be.
It's like in New York City and they have
Yeah.
them in LA and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
apparently ladies are going there to, like people are meeting there. Like
Well, it makes sense.
it's where you're meeting the richie guys.
Yeah.
They're going in there all hot, picking out some, you know,
In
some-
your linen pants.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're single and you want to meet single moms, go to Winco at about 11:30 at night.
Why?
Well,
Wait, what?
so after my wife had passed, I had to do the grocery shopping. So a lot of times my kids were a little bit older, so I would wait for my kids to go to sleep, and so I would do my grocery shopping at night. And I'm telling you, if you go to a Winco at night, the single mom action, lot of single moms roaming around Winco in the middle of the night pushing their kids around.
Because it's the only time they got it.
It's the only time
they're
they got it.
They're working all day, and
Yeah.
it's like, well, I got to get groceries for the next day.
Yes. So I'm just telling you, like I saw a lot of dudes without kids that were there pushing carts, and a lot of single moms with kids, and there was a lot of like looking around. I think that is like It's a sneaky. If you're a dude and you want to meet some people, go shopping at Winco late at night. They're there and they're looking. Now you gotta take on some kids, but they're there.
So the kids are with them?
Yeah.
That late?
Well, they don't have anyone to watch the kids.
Right.
So
Because some people don't like to just leave their kids at home.
yeah,
by
like
themselves.
smaller kids. Like my kids were all older, and so I could just leave them at home and go shopping. But
Right.
if you've got like a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, you'll see the mom with kids sleeping. Yeah. They're sleeping in the shopping cart while they have another shopping cart while they're loading up.
Boy, that's rough.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, some
real
of
rough.
them look pretty good.
You been there, Steven? Done that?
No.
Been there, done that?
No, I just leave my kids wherever they
No.
I learned that. I learned that doing some late night
Now,
shopping.
when you have littles and you're by yourself,
Yeah.
do you run to the store? Like, and they're in bed, you know? Can you just, is that frowned upon?
I mean,
I
depends.
think it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
but it happens.
Go get a Slurpee or something?
Yeah.
You
It's
can't.
definitely frowned upon.
I think it's frowned upon.
If they're little, yeah.
Yeah, it's
No.
not.
No?
It's not good, man.
They got to be able to do stuff.
Can you get high?
Again, I think that's frowned upon. Does it happen?
Can you
Yeah.
have a drink?
Yeah, you can have a drink. Come on.
But I think, like Suk said, it's once you put them to bed, it's free game
on,
for
dude.
everything.
Yeah. That's the whole
Oh,
point.
so once you put them to bed, you can't. But you're telling me you can't get high.
Well, you can when you put them to bed.
This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
If they're sleeping, you can get high,
Yeah.
have a drink.
Definitely.
I think you guys disagree on this. He's saying no. You said yes to a drink, no to getting high, and no to going to get a Slurpee.
I think once they're in bed, you can do whatever you want in the house, but you
you
shouldn't
can't leave the house.
You can't leave.
What if you go to the neighbor's house to have a beer?
If you walk there, sure. But
Yeah.
you cannot drive. Because if you drive, that's where you get in a car wreck.
Right.
Someone dies, and then
Right.
no one's watching the kids.
Or you're just held up. Nobody has to die.
Right.
But you're just like,
You can't have your kid wake up in the middle of the night and where's dad?
Right. So you
oh,
have
he's over at the neighbor's having a
Yeah,
drink.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
don't do that.
No, just invite him over to your house.
Yes.
So they wake them up. So they put them to bed.
Yeah.
They wake them up in their little kid jammies, and they get their blanket and they throw them in a basket
Yes.
and parade them around Winco.
Yes.
Fascinating.
I'm telling you.
I mean, how else are you going to get groceries for the kids? Like, you literally have no other time.
I didn't know until I saw it and I was like, oh, this is really common.
Well, now you can order 'em.
Friday night, Suk's going to Winco.
Yeah, it might
every
be
day.
different now because you,
You
can order.
but that's expensive.
Yeah, so
if you're
they-
balling on a budget, that's
Yeah.
tough.
And look, if you're going to Winco, chances are, you're balling on a budget. You can get good deals. Gotta check out yourself. I think we all learned something right now. Some dude right now is like, mental note, going to Winco.
Put it in his calendar.
I might stroll in there tonight.
Yeah, man.
See what's up.
It's Friday, 10 p.m. Head to
Some
Winco.
White Claws.
I may have found a date or two in my time back in the day.
Well, if they were smart, wouldn't they set up like some tables and chairs and like maybe, some little free weenies or something and get people to talking?
Little dating scene?
Yeah.
Just an instant date night.
Yeah.
Just go to table.
Just create a space where they can.
So it's all about the frozen food section.
Mingle.
That's where you go. That's where you meet them.
Why there?
It's all about the frozen foods, man.
Dude, things happen in the frozen foods.
You gotta prove yourself in the frozen foods.
You've been out of the game, bro.
What is that? It's dangerous for you to be in the frozen food section. Why? Because you could melt all this stuff.
Oh my God.
It's the old Steve Martin, My Blue Heaven.
All right, we have a pro from a local club who's headed to the PGA Championship. We'll tell you who it is next on The Fan. All right, this is in the news, May 1, 2026. By the way, the horse race I was trying to think of on the spot, which I couldn't because I was very nervous because radio makes me nervous.
Sure.
You've heard it's the famous one where I guess it was in New Jersey in 2010, and the horse was My Wife Knows Everything, and the other horse was The Wife Doesn't Know. And those two were battling it out. And the announcer, I forget his name, he said it was a nightmare. But the call is tremendous. He nails it.
Yeah,
it's out there.
Stevie Rackets, will you see if you can dig
Have you
that
not
out
heard
at some
that?
point? I may have, but
It's great.
All right, well, this might be one of those when I hear it, I'm like, oh yeah, but I would like to hear it.
And then Myron's penis took third.
Myron's penis. Great name.
Well, we have a champion amongst us.
We do.
I don't know if you saw,
It's not me.
but Bandon Dunes was on TV over the weekend on the Golf Channel because it was the PGA
Q School?
Teaching Pro Championships.
Okay, because they don't do Q School anymore, right? Isn't that gone?
No, I think Q School's still a thing, but this was the Club Pro Championships.
Sure.
So these are the guys like at Royal Oaks or the guys at
wherever.
Langdon Farms, wherever. And in this tournament, they were out at Bandon, and I think it's the top. Well, it's not the top 20 from this tournament. Well, maybe it is. It's the top 20 from that tournament qualify for the PGA Championship. You get to play in the PGA Championship, which is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And a guy from Arrowhead Golf Club, which is out in Malala, qualified. His name is Bryce Fisher. He is a teaching pro out there.
Old Malala, huh?
Yeah. In Arrowhead, very nice track.
Never played out there.
You know who's a member there, is Terry Boyd from 92.3 fame. He's very famous.
Oh, yeah.
Terry Boyd.
Lots of bracelets.
We got the call with My Wife Knows Everything if you'd like it.
Okay. Well, hold on.
Okay.
Finish this. This guy's 46. He says it's a little bit of a pinch me type of deal. I don't think it's sunk in yet. It's always a dream of mine to play in a PGA Tour event, a major. It's really hard to believe it's coming true. And, of course, unlike touring pros, the club pros, a lot of them, if you know them, they don't golf a lot. They're busy.
Yeah.
And the last thing they want to do is golf when they are in golf.
Sure.
So, and a lot of them are really good golfers. They just don't play.
Yeah.
And this guy's the same thing. He's like, look, I don't play all that much. He says he plays like 20 rounds a year.
But he's
now,
obviously still a hell of a golfer.
Yeah, he's great at it. But he now he says he's gonna
Boy, imagine that.
Crank it up.
Imagine that pucker factor. Where you play just a handful of times a year, and now it's like, oh, by the way, here's the PGA Championship. Because I know no one expects anything from him, but you also don't want to make an ass of yourself.
And that's exactly what he said.
He
said, look, there won't be any 3-hour grind sessions. Those days are long gone.
Yeah.
But I got to crank it up.
Yeah.
Next 2 weeks and see how I do out there.
You don't want to go out on the practice range and hit chili dippers up Lee Jansen's ass. That's the last thing you want.
The PGA Championship will begin in 2 weeks at Aronimink Golf Club in Pennsylvania.
Sounds made up, but all right.
I know. Here is the call, the famous horsey call from 2010.
Purple. Lady Mutada in front. Here come My Wife Knows Everything. And The Wife Doesn't Know on the far outside. Little Miss Macho is fourth or into the stretch. Lady Mutada, My Wife Knows Everything. Center of the track, The Wife Doesn't Know. Into the final furlong. My Wife Knows Everything. The Wife Doesn't Know. They're 1-2. Of course they are. My Wife Knows Everything in front. To the outside, The Wife Doesn't Know. My Wife Knows Everything. The Wife Doesn't Know. My Wife Knows Everything. More than The Wife Doesn't Know. Whew. Miss Tallahassee was third, and Morningside Heights was fourth.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah!
That's
you kind of didn't know who won until he said, more than The Wife Doesn't Know.
That's a great call.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've ever heard that.
That's a pretty good one. All right, that's in the news, May 1, 2026. Brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Headlines are next on The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, tough blow for Oregon State baseball. Their stud pitcher Dax Whitney, he is expected to undergo UCL injury. He's going to miss the entire rest of the season. Whitney is the projected number 1 overall pick in the 2027 Major League Baseball draft. Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf, he is not going to face criminal charges stemming from his altercation with the fan at Ford Field last December. Metcalf was suspended 2 games without pay for that incident. According to Andrew Marchand, Russell Wilson is contemplating retirement, and he's in deep talks with CBS right now of becoming a studio analyst. University of Minnesota starting quarterback Drake Lindsey, he was arrested early today and accused of underage possession of alcohol and a possession of a fake ID. Diamondbacks infielder Ildemaro Vargas, he had 4 more hits today to extend his hit streak to 27, sets the record for longest hit streak by a Venezuelan player, and raises his batting average to .404. In the NBA playoffs right now, Magic up by 22, close to the end of the first half. Orlando up 3-2 in that series over the 1 seed Detroit Pistons. Orlando the 8 seed. And then in Toronto, Cavs up 6 over the Raptors. Cavs up 3-2 in that series. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com. Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Friday. We are your sportsmen. My name is Isaac. Hello. Big Sook's right over there.
Right here.
Look at him. Stevie Brackett's on the control. Also known as Stevie Fire. He loves his Portland Fire. We're a big fire show here.
We're home of the Fire.
Home of the Fire. We're homers for the Fire.
Absolutely.
Dude.
So we don't have a fire flag up or anything. We got the Timbers. We got the Ducks. Where's our Fire flag?
That's a good question.
Where's our Lashified jerseys? What the hell, Fire? Let's go.
Yeah, I'd rock a Portland Fire jersey.
I would only want to see it if you went bare sleeves underneath.
Maybe a little sports bra.
I for sure would.
I would like to see a show where you both wear just the Portland Fire jersey and those the meat hooks hanging out.
I will say I am actually a jersey guy. I like to go jersey with no sleeves like during the summertime.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What jersey?
I don't have like any like cool jerseys. I have like random jerseys. Like I have a Brandon Roy on the Timberwolves jersey. Because Brandon Roy's my favorite player. Like I have Brandon Roy UW jersey. I have a Jimmer Fredette jersey.
Yes.
What?
I have
for who?
The Kings.
You have a Kings Jimmer Fredette?
Yeah.
Please, for
Didn't
the
they
love of
draft
God.
him?
Is that
Yeah, they
right?
did.
Yeah.
I have a Portland State jersey. I have a Grand Canyon University Dan Marley jersey.
I
don't have any like real jerseys that are like real people.
I need a summertime week of you just in bare arm basketball jerseys on this program.
Why don't we do Jersey Week? Could you fill out if we did 5 shows?
Yeah,
I have
back
3.
in college, we did a Jersey Wednesday where every Wednesday we would wear jerseys like around campus.
Chicks dig that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Does
Our Coach Vaughn loved me.
Does rugby count? Because those are
Yeah.
like polo shirts.
Yeah. I have the team handball jersey. for
Yeah,
heaven's sakes.
yeah. I could fill out a week.
I think I could do a week too. Because we got that Timbers jersey now.
That doesn't fit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I want to see Stu get the Timbers jersey.
Boy,
That's
I'll
no.
tell you what. That thing
You have to
is-
wear it.
I can't. It's
Just wear it.
it's like cutting off my circulation.
See, that's where
type.
the Fire come in. If they give me a jersey, I am for sure rocking a Fire jersey all summer long. I tell you that.
When the weather gets better, we're doing Jersey Week.
Yeah.
And we're all wearing jerseys.
Sad part is that
Every day.
I'm gonna have to. You guys are gonna have bare arms. I'm gonna have to crank down the temp because most of mine would be hockey jerseys, and in the middle of summer that can
It's get a little hot.
that might get a little
Sweater.
sweaty. Yeah.
Dare you to wear your skates.
no pants. Just have that like where you can't really tell. I'm like Donald Duck in it, but the jersey hangs down long enough where I could be wearing something.
Right, we're all questioning like,
You don't
are
know.
there? Like, do we ask him?
Maybe some cheeks hanging out there
I
from
don't think we
behind.
ask.
Just don't ask me to bend over.
A couple headlines. Oregon State loses ace Dax Whitney. He is undergoing Tommy John surgery.
That stinks. He was going to be a high draft pick.
Yeah. Well, he still may be.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
he's just.
Tommy John no longer, like that used to be the career ender. Now I'll be like, whatever. You'll be fine.
Well, it's about a year, right?
yeah.
So
He'll be
he's
out for a year.
second in the country with 104 strikeouts. Big blow to the
Yeah,
Beavs.
he's the man.
We've got some NBA playoff action tonight. Mm-hmm. So they say.
We got a 3-2-1 Cancun from the number 1 seed in the East.
Yeah, the Pistons.
They're getting bitch slapped.
Yeah. Well, Steven called this. He said Magic were the better team.
Yeah.
Actually, this is after he said that the Magic hate each other and they wouldn't.
Right, this is after the game 1 win when they played together, and I'm like, they look like a real team.
Yeah, they were going to fire their coach, and now the report is they're rethinking that.
Yeah, they all hated each other.
Who's their coach?
Jamal Mosley.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're up by 22 at the half on the Pistons.
Worth a live bet, Detroit?
Let's take a look at it.
That's tough.
Are you going to give me 51 again?
Yeah, it depends on
no.
what, because it's probably going to be 11, 12, I would guess. Because,
No.
22. Yeah, I bet it's
because they're going to factor in a ton of this is their last shot.
And they're the higher seed.
Right.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, they don't. It's because it's the half. They don't have it posted just
Oh,
yet.
for heaven's sake.
So sorry.
I'll see if I can find
I'll
one.
see if I can find it too.
Cavs and Raptors, a game 6. Cleveland leading that series 3-2. They are tied at the end of the first quarter in Toronto.
15 and a half.
Whoa.
That's a lot, actually.
Boy, I tell you what, I might.
Boy, do
I don't hate it.
Well, I am sitting on 10 extra bucks after my big cover last night.
The 51 and a half point Hawks cover.
But I love. You want to know where divine intervention comes in? It's that I had the Hawks. And 51 and 51 and a half and they lost by 51. If that isn't someone looking out for my $10 bet, I don't know what to tell you.
Someone above.
It's like diarrhea.
Yeah, just I felt the hand. I felt the touch.
It was a diarrhea win.
It was 51 and a half. But hey, don't overlook that half. Who would have?
The hook is always important.
Even at 51, the hook gets you.
So 15 and a half, huh? Detroit? They're not going to get blown out, are they? I mean, there's.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
They're down by 22, and there's no. I mean,
The Magic offense
the
isn't
Pistons suck.
great, but Sook's right. The Pistons
They
suck.
just look
Like
terrible.
we talked about this with the Blazers, like shooting in the playoffs is very important. The Pistons have been exposed that they have no offense besides Cade Cunningham.
Yeah,
And so like they can't score.
and he's
So they- yeah.
he's 3-9 right now.
Dude,
Right.
they had 12 points in the second quarter.
Like Jalen Duren is going to be an All NBA player. He has sucked this series because he can't shoot the basketball. Like if you can't shoot, you can't play in NBA
Well, how
playoffs.
are they so good all year? They won
'Cause
60,
they try.
60
I
games.
think the regular season, especially in the East, it really is just if you just are willing to compete, and then you get exposed.
The NBA is so dumb that if you try for 82 games, you're going to make the playoffs and probably get a decent seed.
Well, that's the
in
argument.
Eastern Conference.
If you look through the second half of the season with the Blazers, if you look at how many actually quality wins they have, it's
horrible,
It
yeah.
is horrid. But they played a bunch of losers that were tanking, and if they did play a good team, chances are that good team was playing without their two best players. I mean, look, I'm not taking anything away from Portland, but much like last year when you looked at their defensive metrics, because it's second half they were a top 5 defensive team, and then you look at who they're playing, you're like,
But that's kind of like your whole thought process of how they're going to get over the win totals. That they're a younger team that's going to try
It's
hard.
gonna play hard.
They wanted to make the playoffs.
Yes.
They made it clear, like
Yes.
we're trying to make
They're
the playoffs
not gonna
this year.
tank.
Right? And so
that was the whole basis of me taking the over on the win total is they would be playing hard, and a lot of teams at the end of the year wouldn't, and
then they got one win over the Suns, and then the playoffs.
that was it. Yeah.
Playoff. And then we get Lakers Rockets later.
Playoffs?
And, of course, LA looking to close them out.
Yeah.
So we're all rooting for Houston.
I think so. Just
Yeah.
the idea of a game 7 and having that be on the line,
Yeah.
and LeBron with the chance to be
Yeah.
the first person to blow a 3-0 lead, that'd be pretty great.
Wait.
Christmas could come early.
Are they in?
They're in Houston
They're in
tonight,
Houston, and then LA for 7.
Yeah,
If it,
LA would be 7. See, that would make it even better. LeBron, the first to lose after being up 3-0 at home.
Wait, LA was the higher seed?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Houston
Houston stunk at the end of the
stumbled
year, too.
all over themselves. You want to talk about a team that hates each other? That whole Kevin Durant secret burner thing, that was real. Like they all
100% real.
They all hate each other.
By the way, no Kevin Durant tonight. And my Sabres are leading the Bruins 2-0
Yes.
already.
And they're looking to close that out. They're up 3-2. And then second period, Lightning Canadians. Canadians trying to close that out. That's 0-0. And then the finale tonight is the Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoth.
My Ducks beat the Oilers.
Oh, God, they looked really good.
They look good.
If you are a fan of the Ducks, that is a young team that's going to be good for a long time. And they took the Oilers, who've made the last 2 Stanley Cup finals, they took them behind the woodshed.
Why do I keep hearing that the NHL playoff format is bad? Like, there's a lot of talk about this
format of.
Why are people bitching about it? I feel like there's maybe something that has to do with the West only having one good team, and is it like?
Yeah, it's imbalance. It'd be like
everybody's in the East.
Flip that. So like
everybody's in the West.
A lot of the good teams came from one area, and so it's
so
like,
people are bitching because they want that spread out.
They want it spread out
when they seed them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So like when
Carolina will play Buffalo.
Yes.
Next round.
Yeah.
And that will be like those are 2 of the best teams.
Yeah. There was 3 teams the East and the West are broken up into 2. There's a Central and a Pacific in the West, and then a Atlantic and Metro. And so like there were 3 teams in the Western Central that were like hammer teams, and then everyone else in the Pacific kind of sucked. And then same thing on the other side, and like it's imbalanced the way it goes. So
that's just the way it is.
That's what people are pissy.
Shouldn't the NBA and the NHL just change it to 1 through 16 and then?
I think that's the argument. Like how many times do you see in the NBA where we're like, well, this year, right? No, I mean, no offense to anyone in the East, but if it ends up being Oklahoma City and San Antonio, that's your NBA final. That's what you want, but it won't be. That'll be in the Western Conference final. So it's that same argument that you make in every single sport, that sometimes divisions and conferences are skewed.
Let's do a quick little NBA playoff reach around next, and then Joey Harrington on the Fan. right, now for an NBA playoff reach around, just real quick, we got to get to Joey here coming up next. Joey Harrington, that is. You guys know him. He comes on our show. He's the only guy that comes on our show. Can you believe that? What courage.
That is courage. Yes.
The Timberwolves closed out the Nuggets last night.
Boy, you want to talk about just an absolute whimper. You get closed out by a team without one of the best players in the NBA and another key guy in DiVincenzo, and you go out like
and
that.
DeSumo too was out. And he was the leading scorer for the Timberwolves in the series.
Yeah.
Who was that little dude for Minnesota?
Terrence Shannon Jr.?
Yes, they could not stop him.
Nope.
He played at Illinois. He was an All-American there.
Is he been good this year?
No, he's played like 40 games all season long.
Like, what is that?
He's not even in the rotation. Like if you didn't know, he's left-handed and he only goes left. And the Nuggets just let him go left.
They could not
every
stop.
time.
Couldn't do anything with him.
I just thought that was so
He
amazing.
averaged 5.6 points a game.
He played
this
like
year.
40 games this year.
Yeah, he was
But
the
it turns out-
27th pick in the draft.
Well, who was it that said
He
the
was the
Nuggets?
guy that got alleged charged with rape. Remember? At
Oh,
University of Kansas.
that was
Oh,
him?
yeah,
Yes, that's
that
him.
guy.
Yes.
And he forced he basically
That was
sued.
in Lawrence.
Yeah, he sued
that was in
and he
Lawrence.
got
He
to play.
sued.
Oh, I completely forgot that was that kid.
Yeah, that's him.
Whoa. So McDaniel, or I think it was McDaniels who said that the Nuggets are all bad defenders.
Yeah.
Just go right at him.
Yes.
He wasn't wrong.
No.
So
he cooked him. That Shannon. Yeah, he had 24 last night.
yeah,
McDaniels had like 30.
32.
they said that is the third biggest playoff upset since 2014
Yeah.
in terms of odds. The only other that were bigger were 2023 when Miami knocked off Milwaukee.
Well, and after the game,
And then in 2016, the Blazers beat the Clippers. Is the second largest.
That was when
that was
Chris
when everyone
Paul
got
and Blake
hurt,
Griffin
right?
got hurt.
Yeah. I was like, is that the one? Yeah.
That's right.
After the game, they asked Jokic, and he goes, "I don't know, but in Serbia, we'd all be fired."
Yeah.
He just said we weren't good.
Well, I know
Which, by the way, if you're trying to make like Portland in the offseason, everyone's like talking about Kawhi Leonard and Giannis. Go get Jokic. Like Denver, like they're so far from being competitive. Like when they won that title, it was like, they're going to be good for a long time. Christian Brown sucks. They gave him a bunch of money. Go see if Denver wants to tear it all down. Go throw everything you got at getting Jokic here in Portland. Let's
Ain't
go.
getting rid of him.
No, but
Yeah, Christian Brown signed a 5-year, $125 million deal that kicks in next season. He averaged
He's-
like 5 points
he's
in the series.
terrible.
I tell you
And
what-
he's a douche that everyone hates.
Yeah, we talked about how we want to see the Spurs and the Thunder. I think that the fact that the T-Wolves beat the Nuggets, that's setting up for the Thunder. The T-Wolves, they have no chance against the Spurs. None with all their injuries they have. So
Zero chance.
I
That'll
think
be
we
a
are set
sweep.
up perfectly for a Thunder
Thunder Spurs.
Western Conference
Because
Finals,
no
which
offense,
is what we
but
all wanted.
Houston and LA, yeah, okay. You're,
Hey, do you
you're
remember-
going to get slaughtered by Oklahoma
Do you
City.
guys remember when it was Jokic or Nurkic?
I do remember that.
Gosh, which one? I don't know.
Well, this also goes to show you, though, like, windows in the NBA are so small. Because, right, Giannis wins one in Milwaukee, and you're like, well, he's so young. He's the best player in the NBA. Haven't sniffed another one. Jokic, right, wins one. And you look at Murray, and they had Porter, and Brown. They say, hey, this is set up. Denver's
Gordon. They went and got Gordon.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon hasn't sniffed one since, and looks like this thing is crumbling before you. Like it's
hard.
Boston, right? Boston set up. Nope. Tatum tears it, and by the way, he's hurt again.
He's going to play tomorrow, though.
And they're going to Game 7, though.
Boy, that thing, yeah.
But I tell you what, I thought they were the only team in the East that had a chance. There's no teams in the East that have a chance against the West.
No. So
will it be the Knicks in the finals?
It could be.
It's possible.
They look pretty good the other night.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
not the Hawks.
Windows. When someone wins a title, we assume that they are going to like be a team for the next 6 or 7 years, and dude, that door shuts so damn fast.
Or it's just hard to build around it and keep it together. Like the Warriors, it makes you think that it makes you appreciate how teams were able to build around and sustain it, like San Antonio, Golden State.
It makes me appreciate that Warriors championship when they beat the Celtics, which was the one-off, because their dynasty was done, and they came back with the same core and brought in just a couple guys, and they got another time. Like, that is so hard to do because they just kept that same three with Clay, Draymond, and Steph, and they lost everybody, and then they fixed it again and got another title.
Yep. So I'll be interested to see, because Oklahoma City, right, supposedly they're set up to be this dominant team for 10 years, and
they got a Spurs problem.
All of a sudden you got a Spurs problem.
They almost have too many good players, too, on the Thunder.
Yeah.
Too many good players?
Like, their 10th, 11th guys could start. Like AJ Mitchell is on that team. He could be a 20-point per game scorer on a good team.
If only they had draft picks.
Yeah. Well, and if you're Oklahoma City, think about this.
They
If
have the Clippers pick. It's gonna be like,
if Oklahoma City gets bounced by San Antonio, they are in a unique position if they want to be like, okay, well, we've got a Spurs problem and we can solve that Spurs problem. There's no one that's on the open market that a team could put together a better deal for than Oklahoma City. Whether it's Giannis, Kawhi, Jokic, you name it. If anyone were to come up, any marquee player, not a single team can put together a better package than Oklahoma City.
Can I make a controversial statement, perhaps?
Yeah.
Please.
If Oklahoma City loses to San Antonio, they should do nothing.
Yeah. Just
dude, you're good.
Keep it there.
They're really good too.
But that's usually not the way it works.
It's just one series. Well, I think Presti's actually smart. Some of these GMs aren't.
Yeah.
And I feel like they'll just keep they have 1 billion draft picks.
That's the thing is Presti seems like he's different, but you know the NBA, Rob. Like they freak out after.
Oh, I get it.
And so I want to see him lose to see what they do, as Suk said, because they have a lot of options, but their best option may be just to stand pat.
Well, I think that the one thing you would have to do if you lose to the Spurs is you have to look at how you can better defend Wemby.
Yeah.
Or just get buckets with Wemby in there. I don't know how you do that, but Holmgren, at least early returns are. Holmgren ain't that guy. So that would be an area where you would look at it, but I mean, how do you blow that team up?
Well, you don't have to blow it up, but you could package Chet,
Jalen Williams,
who's
been hurt all season.
Well,
long.
if that I'm sorry, but that's blowing it up.
No,
those are
my point
number
is,
2 and 3 players.
Even if you just did Chet and some of you did this year's draft pick and one or two others, you could go get Giannis, and you're not blowing anything up. You're just trading Chet for Giannis.
Right.
That's all you're doing. You wouldn't change anything other than you're giving up some future capital, and you would give them an all-NBA defender.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
And that's probably
That'd
the
be
best
pretty
package the Bucks could get. Like if you're the Bucks, you're getting Chet and 3 or 4 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And Giannis could handle, well, he's equipped.
As good as anybody else could.
He's equipped to handle Wemby.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's like, it's going to be an interesting, it's going to be interesting to see what San Antonio and Oklahoma City do and what the reaction, because if San Antonio loses, they're not doing a damn thing.
Well, the Spurs are kind of in the same spot too, because they have a guard thing where they need to play Dylan Harper at some point.
Yeah.
Like, do you trade Dylan Harper? Do you trade De'Aaron Fox? Do you go get Giannis?
Yeah.
Well, they have assets too.
San Antonio at least could sit there and be like, look, we're way ahead of the curve, right?
They were not supposed to be this.
They're not supposed to be here. They could easily say, hey, let it marinate and run it back. Whereas Oklahoma City's already won a title. I think of the two, I think they would be more likely to be like, if they lose, that Spurs team's only getting better. Maybe we have to go do something. But this series, I just want to fast forward and give me this series because it's gonna be dynamite, and
we do deserve it with all that NBA watching we did this year.
Well, think about
we deserve it.
We watched that Knicks-Hawks game.
Yes. This could be like the next 7 to 8 years of the NBA is just these two. Well, remember, like Lakers, Spurs, just sitting there duking it out for the next decade to see, who ends up being the best team.
How many draft picks can you trade in one trade?
Is it
or for
5?
One
I think it's 5. I think that's what Gobert got, was like 5.
I think
Donovan
5.
Mitchell.
5 ones for Wemby. Oklahoma City loses to San Antonio and offers 5 ones.
The Spurs would say no.
And they'd say no chance.
Spurs said no so fast and hang up on
Would
them.
you take 10 ones for Wemby? 13
Never.
ones.
No. There's nothing
you can't. Yeah.
No.
You cannot.
At his age, what he has done, just looking at him, you wouldn't trade anything for him.
Nothing. No chance. No amount of cash.
And the Blazers were kind of in on getting him.
The Blazers should have won the series.
No, they shouldn't.
You bite your mouth, bite your tongue.
They got absolutely destroyed.
They were up by 15, 1-1 in the series, up by 15 in the game 3.
The only reason they won one game is because Wemby got hurt. I mean, they got absolutely punked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's okay.
The MVP of that series for the Blazers was the court.
The Spurs are going to punk a lot.
The NBA doctors. Those are the MVPs.
Well, it is funny how it changes the narrative, because if he doesn't get knocked out and they get swept, and maybe the narrative ended up being that way anyways, but you would, like the Thiago stuff, and like for like a 48-hour window, there were a lot of people getting pretty high on the Blazers, and then
there was a 40-hour stretch where it was like, keep Tiago. All the Blazers need is CJ McCollum back for shooting, and they're fine.
It came.
They're fine.
I saw that. It was like
came a crumbling down.
Then the Hawks lost by 80, and the Blazers got swept.
Cronin said the offseason shooting and experience. So,
Okay, coming up next, Joey Harrington joins us on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, some tough news for Oregon State baseball. Their star pitcher Dax Whitney, he is expected to undergo UCL surgery. He's going to miss the entire season. Whitney is the projected number 1 overall pick in the 2027 Major League Baseball draft. Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf, he is not going to face criminal charges stemming from his altercation with a fan that happened at Ford Field last December. Metcalf was actually suspended 2 games for that incident. According to Andrew Marchand, Russell Wilson, he's going to contemplate retirement from the NFL and is already in deep talks with CBS about maybe becoming a studio analyst. University of Minnesota starting quarterback Drake Lindsey, he was arrested earlier today and accused of underage possession of alcohol and possession of fake ID. Diamondbacks infielder Ildemaro Vargas, he had 4 more hits today to extend his hit streak to 27 games. That sets the record for the longest hit streak by a Venezuelan player, breaking Wilson Ramos's. Vargas' now batting average is up to 404. Game 6 is in the NBA right now. Raptors up 7 midway through the second quarter. In that one, Cleveland leads that series 3-2, and the Magic up 17 at the start of the third quarter. Of course, Orlando up 3-2, looking to wrap up that series and upset the Pistons. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Waking up on Monday and the coffee just can't quite wash away last night's 6-pack of hams. But Tuesday brings the promise of making things all right, but you still drive to work in your family's minivan. The doctor calls on Wednesday right before your flight to talk about your colorectal exam. You're back to work on Thursday and your boss is all uptight 'cause you didn't push your best-selling brand. But now it's the Friday drive and it's story time. Yes, it's story time. The one time a week when you can truly plan to kick back and listen to story time. Yes, it's story time. We're pushing it out on every airwave we can. We're on both 105.1 and 1080 The Fan. Part of the Fan's Global Sports Radio Network.
J. Joseph Harrington in the hospital again.
What Facebook is saying.
God, this Facebook. Is it true?
Hold on, Doc. No. No. Cut it. No. The other leg. Yeah, that's the one that needs to be amputated. Oh, hey, sorry.
You're losing a leg?
What's that?
You're losing a leg?
Diabetes.
I don't know. Maybe. What was it this time?
What was it? First off, the guy they have, because the last guy looked nothing like you and was wearing a visor. This guy actually looked less like you than the first guy. So you would think that
Hold on. There's actually pictures.
Yeah.
This time?
Yeah. There's. I'll take a screen.
First time it was just a report. It was like it was that I'm in the hospital, and then Emily was in the hospital because she was she got hit by a car wreck trying to see me in the hospital. There were no pictures.
No, this one, like you're in a hospital bed. Well, it's not you. It's just some random guy, but you got a duck hat on because why wouldn't you have a duck hat on? Although, to be honest, you look
in the hospital, especially.
Yeah, you looked pretty upbeat, for being in a hospital bed. But yeah, you were in a little hospital gown right there, and I'm trying to remember what the ailment was. I kind of laughed.
Front or backside picture, though? Like, did they take the picture from the front or the backside of the hospital gown?
Let me take I'll see if I can.
Hopefully the front.
I'll see if I can scroll and see if it's there because they don't stay up very long. I think people report them, but I laughed. It was like maybe 2 days ago.
You laughed that I was in the hospital.
I did laugh because the guy, I don't know, like the guy, he was like just this little tiny fella. Basically, they just took a small man and put a duck hat on him, and they're like Joey Harrington. But again, if there was like 50 comments and everyone was like, they were rallying support for you. So you got a lot of people that were in your corner. I just don't remember what ailment you were facing.
Were you on our show?
Last time it was cancer.
Were you?
It was cancer last time. This wasn't cancer.
Well, you beat cancer fast.
Yeah, you did.
It was like stage 4. Yeah, stage 4 brain cancer or something last time.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what this one was. Again, I'm going to see if I can find this.
Were you on our show when you wrecked when you had the bicycle accident? I don't think you were.
The actual time I was in the hospital?
Yeah, the real time when
that
you
was
got
2011.
Oh, that was really?
Yeah. Oh, that was a long time.
What do you remember about that?
July 31st, 2011. What do I remember about that?
I don't think we ever talked about it. I was scared for you.
Yeah.
Reading the stories about it.
Yeah. So we just got back from the coast, and end of July stays really late, or still stays light really late, and it was about, I went out for a ride at like 7, maybe about 6:30, and it was 7:30, and I was coming down from Mount Scott, and I had probably about a 15-mile, little route that I did coming because we were still downtown and in our condo down there, and trying to get out of downtown on bike paths, and then you hop over to the East Side Esplanade, and then you bike path out, out Springwater, and so I had a stretch where I was in bike paths and had it all the way back downtown, except there was maybe about a mile or two stretch when I was coming down off of Mount Scott and then onto Foster, where the bike path just kind of it ended, and there was about a mile or two stretch without bike path until I got to the next one. And we were going like straight west on 92nd and Foster, and the bike path ended and merged into the regular lane, and a block later a guy literally just drove through me. And I had noticed before, maybe a couple of blocks before, I was like, man, this sun is really bright, and having a hard time seeing, and that's exactly what happened to him. Is he was squinting or fiddling with the visor to try and get it right, and he literally just drove through the back of me, and it was the most surreal feeling, because the way I tell it is, like, I had this moment where I heard a sound, and then everything slowed down, and I had a full-on conversation with myself. And I was like, man, that was I said, self, that was a really weird sound. And myself said, yeah, you're right, Joey. And I was like, God, I wonder what that was. It sounded like somebody got hit. And then I had like this feeling of like, oh, I'm up in the air. I got hit. And I realized that I was actually upside down.
Wow.
And so I was like, oh, I got flipped. Here. And then so what happened is they drove through me, right? And so as they hit my back tire, I went up onto their hood and kind of, rolled backwards. And then they hit their brakes, because obviously they saw what happened, and I got shot off the hood. And so I was kind of rotating backwards as I got shot off the hood, and I was like, I'm upside down, like my bike is above me, and I'm about to hit the ground. And I had this moment where I remember what Coach Tedford told me, like, when you hit the ground, make sure you tuck, like impact, you tuck, because that was always what he taught, is like, if you're going to step into a throw, and you open up your chest, and, said linebacker or defensive lineman goes straight into your sternum and drives you straight into the ground, your sternum will break. But if at the last moment you just shift your body, that blow glances off the side. And I was like, oh, I'm about to hit. All right, now 1, 2, 3, bam, tuck. And that was when it like sped back up, and it was like boom, 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 boom. And I did about, I remember maybe 2 or 3 flips over the top of my bike. I popped out of the clips. And then, I was on the road, and it was an interesting, so I landed on the back part of my shoulder, right side, and hit in the right side of my head. So, the ambulance showed up, and actually, it was so fantastic, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he was in the motorcycle behind the car, and he pulled up, and he said, introduced himself, I'm a first responder. I saw what happened. Stay where you are, take a deep breath, kind of went through the thing. Is there anybody that I can call? And I was like, yeah, my wife, Emily. I was like, great. Is she going to be in your phone? And we kind of talked through it. So he called Emily, got everything set, and ambulance shows up, and they're like, all right, we're going to take you into, where'd I go? OHSU as a trauma 2, I think is what they said. I was like, man, I'm fine. Like, we're good. I had all the adrenaline going, and, they're trying to start an IV. I was like, God, this is not that big a deal. I got hit. I'm going to be a little sore. I'm going to be all right. And we get into the ER, the trauma, and it was literally like a scene from George Clooney, and like, doctor, I need 64 cc's of this, and what's the BP, and nurse, can we get it? And everything kind of slowed down a little bit when they realized, like, all right, I'm not dead, it's not like that. And then I hear a nurse say, hey doctor, we have a possible pneumo. And then immediately everything just went like immediately ratcheted back up. And by that point, Emily was there, and I looked, she was sitting there. I was like, and I could see her face a little bit. I was like, what's a pneumo? What's a pneumo? And she, the nurse who was with Emily, looks at me and she says, they think you have a hole in your lung. And I was like, oh, cool, sign me up. I'm in. Like, check me in. Like, I'm good. I don't need to get out of here anymore. What kind of Jell-O do you serve? Like, I'm in.
Jeez.
So it turned out that I had 8 staples in the back of my head. I broke my clavicle, and then fractured the clavicle, and then on the inside I tore the ligaments off the sternum, so separated the clavicle from my sternum, broke my first 3 ribs, punctured my lung, and then had road rash, good little bit down the old right side of the hip, which, all things considered. So I spent 2 days in the ICU.
Jeez.
Wow.
All things considered, made out pretty okay.
All
and I
because
will say to this day, I was going to say because of bike helmet.
Yeah.
I still have the helmet. It's still caked in blood. Like every once in a while, I'll look at it. When I'm going out to ride, like that helmet saved my life.
Yeah.
Period. And I would not have the opportunity to fake be in the hospital multiple times, over the last 6 months if I had not had that bike helmet. Then period.
And that's the scary
story.
That's the scary. That story is amazing. But you did nothing wrong. And really, it doesn't sound like the driver really did either. Then he just didn't see it.
Nope.
Did he stay?
It was not it was nobody's fault.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah. It's funny because when I go home from work, my blood ran cold because I ride my bike a lot and I have a motorcycle and, it's always scary because you just never know, right? And when I go home from work around this time of year and I turn on the main road that I'm going down, the sun is right there. And even in sunglasses, I swear to God, I cannot see. And it always jams me up because there's a lot of people that bike around my neighborhood. It's a street that does a lot. And I am always terrified. Because you're kind of ducking and trying to find an area you can see. That scares me that I'm going to hit someone. And when you said that, it just, my blood ran cold because that guy that could have ended so much worse.
I have questions.
Oh,
questions. Did the guy who hit you stay there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you,
very helpful.
Okay. Good.
Did you keep in contact at all? Or
not I didn't. At the time it was like, I'm not sure that this is something that, I really need to do. Maybe looking back on it, I, probably should have. Maybe he's listening and wants to reach out. But he did stay around. He was very helpful. He was traumatized. To your point, he wasn't trying to hit me. He wasn't trying to, almost kill somebody like that. That was just a happenstance of because of the sun at that moment. So
do you feel the effects of that to this day?
My sternum, where my clavicle attaches into my sternum, it's not really attached. It pops up. You know how, Suk, like when you separate your shoulder AC joint,
it's always there.
And you see those guys that have, like it just pointing out.
Yep.
This is actually on the inside. So instead of like the clavicle where it connects out to the shoulder and tearing those ligaments, this is on the inside. So like my clavicle sticks forward off my sternum under my neck. Every once in a while I will, I'll be scratching the back of my head and like feel the scar. But other than that, not a whole lot of real day to day.
And I gotta ask too, effects. Like the lasting impact. Like, so I didn't have anything like that, but I got intentionally run off the road on my bicycle, and luckily, nothing more than minor injuries and all that. But I didn't get on my bike for like a year and a half. It just was a mental thing. I was really scared. So you having gone through a million times worse, did you get back on the bike, or is that something that still haunts you?
No, I rode about 35 miles last Saturday.
Huh. No impact, right? When you were healthy, you went right back?
It took me about 6 months to get back on.
Yeah.
I remember those few rides, I took it pretty easy, just kind of went up Rocky Butte and back down. The biggest thing, honestly, is, God, like, I would just go whipping down. You know, I remember times coming down Burnside or coming down Rocky Butte and just bombing. And now it's like, I don't really need to be going 38, you know, on a bicycle. Like, it just, there is a part of me that feels, I don't want to say a little cautious, but again, kind of back to the point, it's like, it's not like I did anything wrong, right? It's not like I just happened to, you know, be in the wrong place when a guy couldn't see. And so, you know, hey, get back on the bike and do it again. Keep an eye out, right? Be a little more vigilant. But I still had to exercise.
It's a wild story.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, I guess we never talked about that. I just remember reading about it, but we never spoke about
the details. That's scary stuff.
All right, fella.
Yeah.
Well,
there's the story for story time.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So it's also amazing that you remember so much, like, vividly in the moment. Like, that's nuts. But anyway,
like the Tedford thing ringing in. Have you ever told Tedford that?
Oh, while
like,
you're
hey,
flipping in the
by
air.
way, I thought about you while I was upside down.
It was seriously like one of the, it was seriously one of those like movie moments where like you have the impact and then like it slows down and they rotate, you know, and then as soon as you hit, bam, it speeds back up again. Like it was serious. It was exactly like you see in the movie. So I was like, oh, my wheels are above me, and that is not good.
Ugh. So you want to talk some college football? You get to answer a question that Kirby Smart answered yesterday. How do you feel about that?
Oh, heck yeah. I actually woke up this morning thinking I want to do whatever I can to be like Kirby Smart. So apparently you are fulfilling my daily wish.
I hope you have a bunch of visors. So we will get to that coming up next here with Joey Harrington, courtesy of Mods PDX on The Fan. talk with Joey Harrington, who is remarkably alive 15 years later after that horrific bicycle accident.
And 2 fake recent Facebook hospital scares. Let's not just dismiss those.
I mean, those were some pretty significant Facebook. We need to figure out if it was like, what is it, like gangrene or something, or like at least make it something,
something cool.
Like a staph infection that what's the one where like you get an infection and then it like goes up, like you can see it like tracing up your vein.
That's gangrene where everything like you get like nice sepsis or something. Something fun. I'll keep an eye out.
Let's make it cool like that. Tell it when you respond to the Facebook person, because I'm sure you're going to be the one that responds like, I hope he dies. When you respond to him, like tell him to create like a cool disease next time.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll try to. Maybe I'm the one posting it next time.
So Kirby Smart made headlines yesterday because he was answering rather honestly the question of why the Big Ten is suddenly ruling college football. And we posed that question to you.
Big Ten legend, Joey Harrington.
Yeah. And over under Joey Harrington NIL.
Oh, that's good.
3.5 million?
I mean, the billboards. Sorsby got 5. Joey had a billboard.
Well, but Joey would, as a freshman.
Well, but I'm talking last year.
Hold on. Well, we're going to come back to we're going to come back to this. We're going to come back to this. Okay, you guys think. Here's honestly, I'm going to say that, and it's somewhat tongue in cheek, but I'm going to say that everybody can pay players now, not just the top teams in the SEC.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I think what it's done, whereas in the past, the 4-star, 5-star kids all wanted to go to Georgia, Alabama, because they were the best programs in any of those SEC schools, right? Now I think that there is more of a talent dispersion because of the finances. I think that the lure of winning a national championship kind of gets, like, let's say, diminished by the lure of cashing a $4 million check, right? So you've now created this world where we essentially have a level playing field. And the SEC's pockets, while they are deep, ironically I don't believe they're as deep as the Big Ten's. Mm-hmm. The money, the TV contracts of the Big Ten, the marketing dollars that come into that conference, I could be wrong, but I think the Big Ten is on tops in terms of
yes. You're right. It's always been the biggest TV
coming
deal.
Into it.
Yes.
Exactly. So now you combine a place, or you have a scenario where money has leveled the playing field in terms of who wants to go where, and the schools that have the most money, through these contracts, are in the Big Ten. So I think there's kind of been a natural, what's the word I'm looking for? Leveling of the playing field, which, considering Ohio State and Michigan have been in the mix for a while, and now it's almost like the scales have tipped their direction.
Yeah. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yes, no, bad?
He said the same thing.
Yeah.
He did say that he says something that comes up in SEC meetings a lot is the coaches there always gripe about how they have much more of a grind in their conference than the Big Ten schools do. They believe it's, largely top heavy, and whereas the SEC is just like week in and week out a banger. So
and I don't necessarily disagree with that, but it doesn't change the fact that you still.
I do when you don't play 9 conference games.
Well,
I do when you're playing, a directional Chattanooga school the third week of November. I do.
Well,
Sorry.
I just think it's an irrelevant argument because back in the olden day, I would listen to that because we only had 2 or 4 teams. But if you're telling me that 2 extra or 3 extra slightly harder games somehow wear you down to where you can't compete in the postseason, if you want to argue that the SEC is a tougher schedule, I'll listen to that. But at the end of the day, you get into the playoff and then you get to play those teams and the proof's been in the pudding and the Big Ten comes out on top. So I think it's largely irrelevant to say that you have a harder schedule when we have a playoff that solves that. Sure, you played a little harder schedule. Cool. Now go prove that you're the better team. And here we are a couple years later and you haven't done it.
Whoa. Mic drop.
Yeah.
Souk.
I mean, it's just, it's really.
Now let's get to my cash. Let's talk about how much cash I'm getting.
Yeah. It would have been a lot.
3.5 over under.
That's got to be over.
Okay, but see, here's the thing, and Souk brought up a good point. I was a 6'4", 190-pound string bean who Washington State said, "Yeah, I just don't think you're talented enough to offer a scholarship to." That was quite literally. I had I threw 6 touchdowns in the first round of the playoffs against Bend High School at Civic Stadium, and I was setting up finalizing my visits. I had a visit to Stanford and I had a visit to Oregon, and called up over to Washington State, and I was like, "Hey guys, hey, we're trying to get things taken care of." And their answer, I'll never forget. Yeah, Coach Leach is out of the. No, excuse me, Coach Leach. Coach Price isn't in the office right now. I'm not sure that it's really going to move the needle because we just don't think you're good enough to play at Washington State right now. It's like, sweet, cool. Wow. So to say that a kid who wasn't good enough to play at Washington State was going to be making 3.5 in NIL coming out of high school, that ain't happening. So where do we go from here?
Well, I just would point out Brandon Sorsby didn't get jackass coming out of high school either, but Texas Tech paid that dude $5 million, and he wasn't a Heisman Trophy finalist, nor did he have his name on a billboard. I'm not saying you would have made money coming out of high school, but that last year,
towards the end, but
you would have made a lot of money, my friend.
That decision, you would have. That's why I put it at 3.5. But you would have had to make a decision. It's an interesting thing. These kids have to, you have you had your freshman year and your sophomore year, and then junior year, and then going into your senior year, you were highly thought of, and it was going to be a big year. You would have had to make a decision. There would have been schools offering you big time money, and you would have had to say, I don't know. I mean, maybe I will take $6 million to go play it. I don't know. Maybe Stanford came back and wanted you again or something. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe your trajectory would have completely changed.
Well, of course, what is it? The butterfly effect? You change it. It's the whole Back to the Future thing where, Marty McFly ends up dating his mom. But you change one little thing, of course, it's gonna have an effect. I will say, as unequivocally as you possibly can in a hypothetical situation that didn't actually happen, I wouldn't have left. There's no chance I would have left. I think that I was so committed to winning a national championship, to building a program, to by that time, if someone had come, as a freshman or after I just got, beat out by AJ Feely for the spot and offered me some cash to leave and been like, all right, well, maybe we'll think about it. But by the time we're coming into senior year, we went 6-0. The games I played as a sophomore, we were 10-2. I mean, we were 16-2, and coming into, what was arguably going to be potentially the best season in our school's history. I was on a billboard. I wasn't going anywhere. That ship had sailed. Now I would have loved to, have that leverage to say, Arizona State's calling. What do you say? We just cut a check for $5 million and call it good. That would have been a nice position to have.
Yeah.
I would have been so gone, and it wouldn't have taken a lot. Someone would have offered me like a used Honda Accord and like some free teriyaki, and I'm like, I'm gone. Deuces.
I don't know. I see your Honda Accord and raise you some Slim Jims.
Done and done. Yeah, we had two different experiences. I wouldn't have left for $5 million. I'm like, you got like $50, warmer weather.
All right, sir. Glad you're alive.
That's it.
Yeah.
I feel like we just spent like all this time talking about like my hospital stay, but
well, we did.
There's got to be something better in sports going on.
Not really.
No.
I actually thought that was riveting.
Not really.
That is always one of those things I've wanted to ask, but it's like a little, it's a little. You don't know how personal that is. So
well, someone had the courage to ask.
Someone did. Yeah, that's why.
Thank you.
That's why Isaac Rupp is Isaac
Thank
Rupp.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all right.
Well, I will nominate you for the Journalistic Integrity Award.
Thank you.
Which
I have none.
It's the FIFA Integrity of Peace Award.
You may get another 50 Odyssey bucks from me.
Yeah.
This time for last time
Thank
it was
you.
for excellence. This one's going to be for courage.
Let's go. Have a great weekend.
There we go.
Thank you. All right, see you later. You too. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you. That's Shirley Harrington, courtesy of NonSpeedyX. The future of building is here. The Club next on The Fan.
Tonight.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon State star pitcher Dax Whitney is expected to undergo UCL surgery. He'll be out for the rest of the season for the Beavs. Tough blow there. Whitney is the projected number 1 overall pick in the 2027 Major League Baseball draft. Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf, he is not going to face criminal charges stemming from his altercation with a fan last December at Ford Field. Metcalf was actually suspended 2 games for the altercation during the season. According to Andrew Marchand, Russell Wilson is contemplating retirement and is in deep talks right now with CBS about becoming a studio analyst. University of Minnesota starting quarterback Drake Lindsey, he was arrested early today and accused of underage possession of alcohol and possession of a fake ID. Diamondbacks infielder Eldemaro Vargas, he had 4 more hits today to extend his hit streak to 27 games, sets the record for longest hit streak by a Venezuelan player. Game 6 is right now. Detroit was down by 22 at the half, but they are up by 2 points right now, midway through the fourth quarter. Orlando, if they win this game, upsets the 1 seed Detroit in that series, but it's coming down to the wire. Nice little fight out of Detroit. And Toronto up by 10 over Cleveland as we start the second half in that one. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Worn Out Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at WarrenAllen.com.
For a black.
Apparently they don't like the blacks. They're trying to give them back.
Okay, we apologize. It's time for the club, baby. On 105.1 and 1080, The Fan. Hoo-wee.
Sorry about that.
That was well played.
That was great. I didn't know how that would sound, but boy, that came out wonderful.
It worked.
You want to try it again? All Sook's great
Wow.
noises, or
That got me.
whatever those are.
That got a chortle out of me right
That last one.
The last one gets it.
Was that the Mummy?
there. I think that's the mummy.
That's the Mummy.
We got the rah 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 2 zombie Sook and Sook Mummy.
Yeah.
God, radio's fun.
Ah, good times.
Yeah.
Good effing times.
Well, we're way over.
Yeah, shocking.
I wanted to tell
Yeah,
you.
under the new clock, we'd be roughly on time, although we'd still be
That's
over.
true.
It's just-
Good point.
We would just be more over on the other segments, like horrible, but technically we'd be on. The new clock on Monday.
It's gonna be great.
The Matrix, it's gonna fry my brain.
It's going to be great. So, by the way, the Pistons are winning.
Live betting, man. 15.5. Boom.
Lock City.
Lock City.
Although Steven's pissed, he had the Magic.
I was feeling so good, up 22 at the half.
You
What
took
was
the
the spread?
Magic?
I had the Magic. It was like plus 140-ish.
Oh, money line.
Money line for the game.
Oh, well, they could still win.
They can still win.
Right? Isn't it, where are we at?
I think Detroit's up by 2, maybe.
Yeah, Detroit's up by 2.
5, 6 minutes left.
Yeah, 6 to play.
But the Magic have scored, I think, 1 point in like 9 minutes of game time, which is not ideal. I mean,
So the
No,
Pistons
that is
just
not ideal.
decided to play defense?
yeah.
Dude,
like, you know what?
The NBA is a hell of a thing.
It
It
is.
is. And I
You
don't,
just
I should learn. Like, I should know, like, up 22, I'm not feeling safe. But I
tell
felt
you,
good.
that's why I'm a points gobbler, man. You give me those points. Nom, 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 nom.
you know, would you rather have, so if you have a bet and you have the, let's say you have the Magic, whoever, and they're up by 22, wouldn't you rather have the team that's down 15? Because you're still like oh, well, it's the NBA. I mean, they could. It's a better feeling
Yeah.
than
Right.
It's a better feeling winning that bet than losing the up 22 bet.
Right, because like last night, I would rather have bet on the Hawks than bet on the Magic today with the feelings.
Yeah. What's the
Like, I
idea?
felt like I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I'm done in the first quarter, whatever. But this one, the emotions is like, yeah, I won, I lost.
Yeah, you want to be the greyhound or you want to be the rabbit, you know.
I want to be the gray. I don't
You're
know.
the one. The greyhound's chasing the rabbit.
Ah, okay. All right. Is there a turtle involved or?
What?
Tortoise in the hair.
Have you ever been to a greyhound race?
You're just thinking tortoise in the hair.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of the tortoise in the hair.
No. Back in
I'm
the
on
day,
the turtle.
I think they might be banned in the U.S. now, but Multnomah
greyhound.
Greyhound Park. That my dad used to like take us to that, and I know it's like really cruel, but when I was a kid, those things were great. And they do, here comes Rusty, and then the little rabbit comes
I went
out.
there a few times when I first moved here.
Yeah,
It's a little uncomfortable, but
yeah, I know.
you know, you have a few drinks, you get over it.
I get it.
What?
Well, unfortunately, they just would like shoot the dogs afterwards. I know.
What channel is this damn game on?
Prime. Yeah,
Oh.
the Magic have missed 17
But
straight
it's on
field goals.
Hulu too. You can find it on Hulu.
Oh,
I've got
But
it.
where?
18.
I don't know. When I went to Hulu, it popped up. It said right there.
18 straight misses for the Magic.
Jeez.
I tell you what, it's a bad beat.
Pistons.
I feel like I was on the right side.
Pistons up 4.
And
We got
yet-
time.
And yet you've
You got time.
you pissed it away.
Well, you should have middled it.
I should have.
You
But
get Detroit plus 15.
When in doubt,
That's a
take the points.
It's a great middle. You would have
It
it both
is.
ways.
I couldn't tell you.
Could have
the-
won both.
I just. I guess yeah, but he only bets like a couple bucks. So is it really
So
worth
what?
middling?
are
Like
you sure that I'm only betting a couple bucks?
Yeah, dude, I bet he bets thousands.
I thought he was on
He's a
the.
baller.
I don't know if
I'll
it's
show you my bet slip if you want me to.
yeah. I don't know if it's quite Lynch. Lynch would literally bet $1.
So would Buck. I think Buck was like $5.
It's all about that
But
action,
it's
boss.
fun, yes. It doesn't
Actually,
matter.
I will say this: the Magic is part of a round robin parlay, so it's a little different.
Okay. Well, when I'm betting like this, like when we do the live bets, I usually bet $10 to Sawbug. I would never middle a $10 bet. Like that's
Right.
just
Yeah, who
seems.
cares?
I'm not a
Yeah.
big hedger.
Yeah.
No, like if I had, if you have $1,000 on something or whatever, yeah, I get the idea of hedging your bet, but it's putting down a Sawbuck. I'm not going to hedge it and be like, well, win $6 either way. No, let it ride.
Well, Mac brings up a good point. Did you know that time-shifted listeners don't get our club montage intro?
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I guess because they don't play the opens on there.
Oh yeah, probably. Well, but you played the open, like
Yeah,
we did the
well-
noise complex, so
The complex.
yeah. You got it all.
That's a good one.
The
Well,
Pistons are-
YouTube yelled at me one of the first days because I guess Buckley would turn YouTube on so they could hear the little montage out of you. So now I do that for YouTube.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah,
want it.
the YouTube people, all 9 of them, they're very pissy and demandy.
They get mad at you.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. The YouTube crowd is
Well, they're people too.
yeah.
And they just want their...
Are they? Bots.
all 12 of them. Like every now and then I'll listen to well, not every now and then. I actually listen to a good
Every day.
well, like whenever I'm walking the dog, I usually for the most part I listen to parts of Dirt and Spray.
Every damn day.
Every damn day. And I have never seen a show more concerned about 60 listeners. The YouTube thing to them means an awful lot.
Well, they're the kids.
It is
The kids.
It means so very much.
We had
And when it's never working, like they're flummoxed by it. And I'm like, boys, like 60 people are upset right now.
we
You're
were
all
in the
right.
hundreds earlier. We're at 52.
Do you call in?
No, I don't. I never call it ever. Every now and then I'll text Sprague, or Sprague will ask me something. It's funny if I'm walking the dog, because I am a time-shifted listener too. I'll jump around. But if I happen to be listening live, every now and then Sprague will ask a hypothetical question to me. And I'm like, oh, well, answer it right now. I'll be listening and be like, I wonder what Sook. And I'll be like, well, here it is.
No one cares what you think.
Well, he doesn't care apparently because he asked the question and just on air. And I'm like, yeah, I can fire that off for you. Give you an answer.
Well, I can't find the damn game, so I'm just going to put on my Sabres.
You can just turn and watch it on
Yeah,
my screen.
that's a little inconvenient.
I understand.
I think it's unbelievable that I can't find the effing game. It's like I have a TV and a remote, and I can't find it.
Well, I found
God. Yeah.
That's the NBA.
it. Yeah, that's the NBA. Sabres, though. You just watch the
My
Sabres.
Sabres.
The Sabres. NHL is better anyways.
Yeah, you're so right. Magic can't hit S anyway.
Yeah.
Screw them.
This game's going to end up like 84-82. Excitement. It's like 1984 basketball.
Yeah.
Actually, that's more like 1994.
Yeah. Early 2000s. Spurs, Nets finals.
Some rough stuff out there. And yet you can't look away now.
No, I was looking at that advertisement for Frank Gay Services.
Come again?
Well, there's an advertisement on the
Frank Gay?
Yeah.
So there's just one guy that's like,
doing services.
who is that?
I don't know if Frank is doing
What kind
gay
of services are we
services.
talking?
It could be either Frank doing gay services or Frank Gay doing
Was
services.
it Frank's Gay
No, it was
Services?
Frank Gay Services.
Remember Dan Aykroyd?
Frank's-
Dan Aykroyd used to do
Frank's
that. It was
Gay.
like, his name was like Frank Cannon, male prostitute. That was an old
Oh my God.
SNL sketch.
Magic are getting punked.
I
What are
kind
they,
of
the
want to know.
Blazers?
I kind of want to know more about Frank Gay Services.
Well, look it up. It was on the scroll on the in the arena in Orlando.
Obviously, they're doing all right if they're putting the
Frank's
the-
Gay Services.
Frank.
Sook's Gay Services.
Man, we thought the Blazers were bad. The Magic, with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, have 15 points in the second half.
Dude,
Oh, by the way,
wait, because they
They're
scored,
averaging less than a point a minute.
weren't they the ones that scored 12 points in the second quarter?
They scored 11 in the third, and they have 4 in the fourth in 8 minutes.
oh my God.
Wow.
And
By the
I
way-
bet real money on them.
By the way, Frank's Gay Services, HVAC. So when you
Is that
Right.
what they call that?
just saying,
The sucking power.
if you're in Lady Lake, Florida, there's only and you're a little hot and bothered, there's only one place to call, and that's Frank Gay. Frank Gay Services.
I love that.
I do too. I kind of.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It works on a lot of different levels.
I'll tell you what. If there was a local company called Frank Gay, just that name alone, you'd probably, you'd get me. Like, what? Frank Gay? Yeah. Who did your hot water heater? Frank Gay. Frank's Gay Services. For all your HVAC needs.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay,
air
we gotta break.
conditioning, electrical, plumbing, drains. It's only one man to call.
All the gay services.
All the gay services.
Remember when number one songs were a thing?
I do remember that.
Guess who's number one this week? That's next on The Fan.
free money, 15
Dude,
and a half.
I am once again flummoxed by the NBA. Detroit was down. Detroit is the number 1 seed.
Yep.
They are down 3-2 in the series. We're sitting here saying how Orlando's the better team. They're down 22 at half. They are now up 13.
Orlando has 15 points in the half.
And Orlando just shot another wicked air ball.
Their coach is pissed.
Well, they all hate the coach. Like
He looks like an ass.
And all 12 Orlando Magic fans are livid right now.
Yeah, they're all sitting on their hands, except for Frank Gay.
I'm telling you right now, I'm looking into whether or not there's a Frank Gay Services t-shirt because I want that.
I bet you are. He's not kidding.
No. If I was able to get my hands on a Frank Gay Services t-shirt, like that needs to be in the rotation.
Now again, it's Frank Gay Services, not Frank's Gay Services.
The best part is on Indeed, there is when you look it up, it says, what is the uniform requirement at Frank Gay?
They just call it Frank Gay?
Frank Gay. I think the uniform there is maybe some chaps.
I want to work at Frank Gay.
Me too.
You know what?
They do have they do have t-shirts, but it doesn't look like they're for sale. But like when they come out to your house, there's a Frank Gay shirt that they're wearing.
So he's where in Florida? I assume
they're all over Florida.
Oh, the whole state.
Yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of them.
Statewide.
He's statewide. Lady Lake, Orlando, Lake, they're all over the place.
Well, I was telling...
Dude, Frank Gay can't be contained.
There's a lot of gay services.
A lot of gay services in Florida, yes.
I was telling Steven, I said, I was working on my notes. I was shifting my notes to the new clock, which, believe it or not, required some work. And I told Steven, I said, I think I want to name, since we only have 3 an hour, I want to name each segment. Like the George, I would have to come up with more creative names, but like the George Washington segment.
Sure.
The Frank Gay segment.
Yeah.
I think Frank Gay is going to get a ceremonial segment.
Now, Frank Gay has been trusted for 50 years to bring you all of Frank Gay services. And why couldn't he bring you
I think we're going to do the Frank Gay segment. I think every, no, because it would be the same every day. I think the 3:30 segment on our show will now be called the Frank Gay segment.
They have I'm on their website, and there's a button you can click called the Frank Gay way. And I want the t-shirt now to say the Frank Gay way. Why? And they do not have t-shirts to sell, and that's ridiculous. Like, how are you not selling shirts, Frank Gay? Yeah, they serve all over, man. They're all over Florida. Kissimmee, Frank Gay. Sand Lake, Frank Gay. You're in Tampa, Frank Gay.
So from here forth, henceforth on our show, the 327 to 339 segment will be the Frank Gay segment.
Very excited about this.
I just put it in my notes.
Frank Gay wants to know this. Like, yeah, we're up in Portland. We were watching the Magic game. We noticed Frank Gay services, and we wanted to be a part.
Or should it be the Frank Gay services segment?
I just like Frank Gay.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's just go with Frank Gay.
Because it could mean so much.
Yeah.
Okay, the new number one. Okay, so remember Casey Kasem? Like, Steven, are you old enough to have enjoyed Top 40? Like the.
I know Casey Kasem. I know he did his little show, but no, I was a little.
It was a little belittling. It wasn't a little show. It was a huge show.
Yeah, it was like the show.
He was on Saved by the Bell one time. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're a little young.
I remember that.
So Steven's 38. You're how old? 47?
Yeah, 48. I'll be 48 this year.
And I'm
39.
39.
Yeah.
39, 48, 50.
Yeah.
I remember Casey Kasem vividly.
100%. He was a big deal.
So between you and Steven, somewhere in there, Casey Kasem went away.
Yeah.
Rick Dees showed up, and it wasn't the same.
The disco duck.
But that was a huge deal. It
Yeah.
used to be the music rankings every week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they still do them.
Do they?
Yes. There's charts.
Well, I know
Seacrest,
there's charts, but no,
I think Seacrest does.
I think
do
it's
it.
Seacrest.
there's like a
Billboard charts.
Well, I know there's Billboard charts, but there's a radio show where they count down the top hits.
I think he might.
I think it's Ryan. I'm pretty sure it's Ryan Seacrest.
Westwood one, maybe.
Dude, I would listen to Casey Kasem because he'd give you little facts, and then he would give birthday shout outs, and I mean, that was
his tones, his
Yes.
soothing tones.
Dude, the amount of times on my sweet dual deck tape player that I would have my sweet mixtape ready to go, and I would record right off the radio. And the best part about Casey Kasem is that he would always give you your hits. You could get an entire mixtape off of one broadcast of Casey Kasem.
Well, they're still doing it. And I see that number 1 this week is Madonna.
Really?
Yeah.
Her old ass?
And she didn't even die.
On Billboard?
Yes.
Huh.
She, no.
Like the
not
Billboard Hot 100?
Not Billboard.
Okay.
iTunes.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
Which I think is different, but it's probably bigger at this point, isn't it? Like, I don't even know, how do you be number 1 on Billboard? Like, is that a vote? Like, the Billboard?
Billboard is off of sales.
Is it off sales?
And
Okay.
iTunes, I'm sure, is just off of plays.
Yeah, iTunes off of downloads or whatever.
So we're talking songs. Oh, yeah.
She did a song. She did a collab with Sabrina Carpenter.
Well, I mean, no offense, but it's not Madonna. It's Sabrina Carpenter is the reason why she's number 1.
Well, but Madonna's a part of it.
Yes.
It's called Bring Your Love, and it debuted at number 1 today on iTunes.
So I've noticed, too, that like on iTunes and Spotify, like when someone puts out a big album, they'll have like 8 of the top 10 songs because people play the entire album. Like whenever Taylor Swift drops an album or Beyonce or whatever, because it's the number of plays, and so people just play that album. So they'll just have they'll dominate the top 10, which that used to not be the case. Like on Casey Kasem, you would only release one single at a time, whereas now you release it all.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's very different now.
Yeah.
But I guess Lady Gaga has a hit on there, and there are 4 of the top 10 on iTunes that are AI singles.
Really?
Yes.
Who's the?
Well, Eddie Dalton is one.
Okay, so I see him. He's at 3.
He has 2 songs on there, and one is from Inga Rose, and another one from Jada Monroe. They're all completely fake.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's disappointing. So I don't know who Ella Langley is, but she has, I'm assuming she's country because she's got one on here with Morgan Wallen, but she has 1, 2, 3. Yeah, she's got 4 in the top like 12.
And she's real?
Well, she's she's duetting with Morgan Wallen on one, so I assume she's real. But I don't.
What's her name?
Ella Langley? I don't listen to a lot of country. And the country I do listen to isn't super popular.
Oh.
She a hot, I'm guessing? Yeah, she's real.
Yeah, she's a hot.
Oh, by the way, I mean, you probably don't know who this is, or maybe you do. I mean, you at one point had a rat tail. The most, do you have the iTunes list up?
No.
Number 7, David Allan Coe is number 7. He just died.
Yeah. Well, that's usually what happens is they die, and then
dies.
everybody listens to their music, and then it gets propped up.
I'm kind of shocked they don't do a Casey Kasem like AI show of the top 40 now. They could easily do that. They could easily do that.
Easily.
But if you don't know, David Allan Coe, he had like 2 big hits, and You Never Even Called Me by My Name. That is now the 7th most.
That is a great song.
Yes.
I mean, a great
phenomenal song. Well, it's actually called, the title of the song is The Perfect Country and Western Song. That's the official title of it, and then it's You Never Even Called Me by My Name.
We used to sing that when we were all drunk in college in Lawrence.
Yeah, it's a great
They
tune.
would play that on the jukebox. Remember the days of the jukebox?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
They still have those at, I'll drink at Slow Bar sometimes, and they still have the old jukebox.
It was a simpler time.
Yeah. Well, now everyone's got the...
get housed, get grabby.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, what? Most bars now
Just kidding. It was a joke.
Most bars have the touch tunes now, where you just do it off your phone. Same thing, but, it's not quite the same. But, yeah, you just download. You've never done that? So you go into a bar, if they have touch tunes, there's an app, and you just find the bar that you're at, or it just locates it for you. And then you can just sit there, and it's,
No, it just seems like a lot. But
it's getting drunk and grabby at Frank Gay's bar. What?
Yeah, I regret saying that. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to preemptively apologize for that one.
Yeah. Unless the gal wants you to get grabby,
or the guy.
Or the guy, yeah. Well, if you're at Frank's Gay, I mean, Frank's Gay Services.
No, it's Frank Gay.
Frank Gay, yeah. You might get a little grabby. I mean,
2 different things.
2 different
Frank
things.
Gay Services is not Frank's Gay Services.
No.
Those are two big differences.
Wildly different
Although, if a gay guy named Frank in Orlando started Frank's Gay Services, that would be brilliant.
If your name is Frank Gay or you want to change your name, get down to Florida. You could probably, that guy's a big deal. He's advertising on NBA games.
You could piggyback off that HVAC success.
Yeah. I saw Michael's got a couple on here because they just released his movie.
Yeah, I heard it's terrible.
It's awful.
All the reviews are.
I watched a bootleg copy of it.
Oh, did you?
It's so bad. Like the guy who plays.
Is he good?
He's really good.
Well, then why is it terrible?
Because it is the most whitewashed, sanitized hunk of crap you will ever see.
So they just don't talk about anything bad.
It's all they talk about is, obviously the dad.
Well, what bad did he do though? It's like
they don't deal with the plastic. It's really. And they had to do reshoots. They filmed it, and then I guess the Jackson family was like, no. So they had to go reshoot everything.
So they had to sign off on everything?
Yeah. But the kid, it's like his cousin, or not cousin, nephew, I think, is that plays him, and he does a nice job.
It's Michael Jackson's nephew?
Yes.
You don't sound confident about that at all.
He is one of, yes, I believe it's his nephew. I think it's one of his brother's kids or grandkids.
Is it called Thriller?
It's called Michael.
Michael, okay.
And the performance is really good, but the movie is it's a really piss poor movie. But the performances, the guy moves, the dances, phenomenal.
Jafar Jackson?
Jafar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles Teller's in it? Who's he play?
He plays one of the handler guys.
I tell you what, this kid looks like Michael.
Yeah.
Early Michael.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Well, that sucks that he probably did a great, he probably put a lot into that role.
He did.
Playing Michael Jackson. That's not easy to play Michael Jackson.
No, it is not.
And he does a great job with it, and everybody hates this movie.
Yeah, because that's
terrible.
You can't make a movie about a controversial figure and then have no teeth to it whatsoever.
Mike Myers is in it? What's he in there?
Mike Myers is in everything now.
Wait, everything?
He's in a lot of things. Like he was in the Queen biopic. You wouldn't even know that he was.
He was in the Queen? I saw that.
Yeah.
Who was? Oh,
yeah, he played
the exec.
Yeah, he played the exec.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Wait till it comes.
Is he in this Sabres game right now?
He's in everything.
I think he was on the Magic today.
Anywho,
he can't shoot.
We got a break, but
we have to. I mean, guys,
we got a
segment 2.
Break.
It is
break.
Yes.
Shut up.
Bless him.
I will not.
Here's Steven with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, some tough news for Oregon State baseball. Their star pitcher Dax Whitney. He is expected to undergo UCL surgery. He is a projected number 1 pick in the 2027 draft, and he will miss the entire rest of the season for Oregon State. According to Andrew Marchand, Russell Wilson, he is going to be contemplating retirement and is in deep talks with CBS already about becoming a studio analyst. Will remain to be seen what happens in that story. Minnesota starting quarterback Drake Lindsay was arrested early Friday morning and accused of underage possession of alcohol and possession of fake ID. Diamondbacks infielder Ildemaro Vargas, he had 4 more hits today, extends his hitting streak to 27 games, sets the record for the longest hit streak by a Venezuelan player, beating out Wilson Ramos back in the day. Vargas now batting .404 on the season. An NBA playoff action. We thought the Blazers were bad in the second half. The Magic might have just one-upped them. Magic scored 19 points in the second half and lose to the Detroit Pistons 93-79. There'll be a Game 7 in Detroit. And in Toronto right now, Raptors up 11 as we are heading into the fourth quarter over the Cavs. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and
Okay, so the Magic scored 19 points in the second half.
Yeah.
19, dude.
19.
19. That's unbelievable. Is that a record?
It's got to be close.
playoff
right? For a playoff game?
That's 38 points for a game.
They were 4 for 37 shooting in the second half.
You have got to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding, and I'm not happy with them.
It's shocking.
Oh, my God. 4 of 37?
8 points in the
Big
entire
Daddy was in
fourth
line
quarter.
for a nice payday, had the Raptors one
Yeah.
and the Magic one.
Yeah, Stevie Brackets had to hide his disdain. And he had a little bit of a parlay going. He needed the Magic to do it. But you were feeling pretty good, up
I was
22.
feeling great, man. The Raptors are up by like 8 in the fourth quarter. I'm like, that's a dub. Get this Magic win. I quit.
The record for fewest points and a half in an NBA playoff game is 16, set by New Orleans. They were Oklahoma City at the time, I think. 89-67 loss to the Clippers in 2006.
Well, what did the Hawks have yesterday?
I can look that up for
Yeah,
you.
I'm looking at it right
I
now.
got it right here.
Oh, they had 36.
Yeah.
They crushed.
Yeah.
In a half?
Yeah, the Hawks had 36 in the first half yesterday.
And we're down 50?
Yeah.
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 I want you to think about that. So this team scored 19 and a half.
Yeah.
Atlanta basically doubled that and
down.
was still down 50.
The NBA. It's fantastic. Dude, the product is.
What
The Magic scored 60 in the first half.
on earth?
60.
60 and then
19.
19. God.
How many of their 8 points in the fourth quarter came when the white flag was raised, too?
That's a good call. Let
Like,
me check that out.
Because once they were down by like 15, I'm sure, like, again, the
Yeah,
young.
Detroit kind of.
Yeah, that's when you put in the big tariff, aka the big white flag. So of their 8 big points in the fourth quarter, did like 6 of those come in garbage time? Did they score like 2 meaningful points all fourth quarter?
Look here.
That's just
Eh,
that's otherworldly.
It
That's
is.
otherworldly bad.
It's crazy. And you know,
And
we'll
we
talk.
we get game 7 of that now.
We'll talk about it next week, but the ratings are up. People are watching.
People are
They
watching.
are. It's been
Well, we watched.
pretty interesting.
Well, they didn't score. Yeah, they didn't score in the first 6 minutes of the quarter. So, no, they scored 0 meaningful.
0
points.
meaningful fourth quarter points were scored.
4 of 37.
When their first field goal hit in the fourth quarter, what were they down by? Because
Well, because it was 71 to 62. Okay, I lied. They scored 1 point.
one meaningful
They
fourth
they
quarter.
made one free throw with 10:47 left, so it was 72 to 66. The next time they scored, the score was just keep scrolling.
Yeah, I
it was
know.
80 to 72 with 5 minutes left.
Yeah. One meaningful point.
One meaningful point. Then they were down by 8 before they scored again.
Jeez, man.
Magic. All right, we got a break. Like,
Yep,
now.
let's go. We'll wrap it up next on The Fan.
The Fan.
Well, another week down.
Another one.
Sorry about all that.
Yeah. Back Monday, though, with a brand new clock, which I'm sure will excite so many people.
Yeah.
There's a buzz.
So guess what's happening on Monday? So new clock means 20-minute segments off the top.
Which you already get.
You kind of do.
I mean,
sometimes you do.
I mean, like today I think it was like 17.
Today was 17, yeah. So, imagine 3 extra bonus minutes.
3 extra.
Can you guys give 3 more minutes? I don't know.
We can come up with some sound effects for that. We got it. We got this.
Hold on.
Wait. It's just more time for that. That's all.
Love that one.
3 straight minutes.
Just killing clock. One weird noise at a time.
Can you imagine if you just tuned in to the radio? It's like, see what's on the radio. And you hear this.
I want a 6-foot guy with a 6-inch penis that makes $600,000.
I was thinking about the dudes that like travel in. They're like, I don't listen to local sports talk.
Right. Yeah. They're like, oh my God.
Dude, I
have friends like that. I have friends that are like, dude, that's what you do?
Yeah.
Because they live in other markets where it's like real sportsy,
Yeah, New York.
You got to talk about the... And
Roger Clemens is in the owner's box right now. Oh my God.
I mean, they just can't wrap their heads around it.
I know.
I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
20 years. Well, that's why we've talked about this so many times, but like you meet people, whether you're golfing with them, you meet them at the gym or just out and about, and they find out what you do, they're always like, well, I'll tune in, and you want to be like, yeah.
Don't.
Especially if you know the person's sensibilities, you're like,
trust me, don't.
I don't think you're going to like this.
When I started this, I told people, if you're going to listen, just listen at 6 o'clock.
Oh, why? What's the matter with our other 3 hours?
Nothing. Just the club is, it's a little better for everybody.
Don't listen.
Because if you want sports talk, you're not going to get as much as you think you're going to get it. So just listen at 6.
I push back on that. You get more than you think.
Do you?
Yeah.
There you go.
You do.
Wait till Monday when you get 20 hot minutes of
If anyone
sports.
ever says we don't talk sports, I know they don't listen to us. How about that?
I like it. Sports.
You guys don't ever talk sports.
But we just got done
Yes, we
talking
do.
about the NBA.
We did it in the club.
Yeah. Get back.
Great show. Took a standing O when I walk out tonight. Everybody have a great weekend. We are back Monday with a new clock. 3 to 7 on the Fan Good Night.
Friendships.